We are live.
Yay! I forgot there was no countdown. I was like, I got to put away my gay porn real quick. Hold on.
How's it going, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to We Watched a Movie. I'm Mike, and
I'm Jay.
he's Jay. And thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We got some fun stuff to talk about. We got a bunch of movie news stuff happening today. Even a touch of Halloween Kill stuff. It's going to be a good night in Texas.
Yeah.
Dude, we're supposed to get some bad storms tomorrow, though.
I know. It's rolling in now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You lied to me. I see no storm clouds.
Yeah. You bust the deal. You face the wheel. Two men enter. One goes out. Welcome to Thunderdome, bitch.
How's it going, folks? I see you guys in there. Jay, Horror Guy, Mark Thorman, Troy Grubb, D. Land, Jonathan Nichols, Vanessa, Jonathan Brunder. I hope you guys are doing awesome. How's your Wednesday been, man?
I mean, it's been fine.
Been
I've
nice?
just been watching. Well, I watched that thing on. Well, I don't know if you guys have been following, but that EDP 445 is completely removed. This guy was such a dumbass. Like, he got caught doing like nasty shit, like literally going to meet up with a 13-year-old girl and, like, you know, obviously do some garbage shit as a human being. But what he attempted to do was, before YouTube finally brought the ban hammer down and finally removed him from the platform, because I mean, that's one thing, I didn't want to share a platform with a son of a fuck like that. Like, he's nasty.
Right.
He tried to private all of his videos or delete them to get rid of evidence, because it's happened before. He's done this shit before. And he's like, bro, I thought she was 17 though. I was like, she's still not even 18 years old. Like, what do you mean? Like, that makes it better? And so they busted him. They finally got him removed. I was watching the coverage on that. And he had 2.3 million subscribers, dude. He fucked his whole, he's been going since, like, I think 2010. And like his whole, like, he just flushed it like down the drain. Like, what a dumb, ugly chocolate starfish asshole, smelly beet sucker. I don't know. Like, there's just not enough adjectives to describe what an asshole he is.
Yeah, dude. That happens so often, though, especially with YouTube, because, you know, you got a bunch of people, like, it even happens with the more famous YouTubers, but I guess they have money to, like, fight it or get it thrown out, or, and then again, sometimes I'm sure it's, you know, people saying stuff, but yeah, 13-year-old girl, there's no question. You got to get rid of that.
Dude, he's literally on camera, and not only was he on camera, they had the chat logs.
Yeah. No.
Where he was going back and forth on Instagram.
Well, I hope
was
he
like, what the
enjoys
fuck
whatever
are you
happens
doing?
to his butt in prison. Actually, I hope he doesn't enjoy it.
It's going to get ruined.
Yeah.
It's going to get ruined.
That's
his
awful.
asshole's going to come out sounding like the Windy City of Chicago.
Dude, I've had a really poopy day, actually. Today sucked from the get-go. I woke up this morning, and I was, you know, working till like 2 o'clock last night, and then, like, I got up this morning. I had, like, everything cleaned up and ready to go, so I get some work done this morning. I go open the fridge, my fucking fridge is done. Like, there's no, like, all the food inside of it's like semi-cold, like, barely. And we have the garage fridge, so I spent the whole morning having to run everything from the fridge to the garage fridge, and then I took my entire fridge apart, because you know how it is. Like, you don't want to pay for someone to come fix it. I definitely don't want to buy a new fridge. So I beat the shit out of it. I mean, because I read that maybe, like, it's frosted inside, like the inside of it's like completely frosted. So I'm in there, like, punching the wall, because I can't get to the other side of it, and it's apparently, like, I'm one of 6 people who own this fridge, because all the YouTube videos I look for, none of them were my model of Samsung fridge. So that was a shit show.
You got that shit at Peddler's Mall on discount.
I must have, man. I actually was it was here at the house we moved in, but yeah, apparently, and it was a nice fridge. I liked it. That's what would piss me off worse than anything about it, is if I have to replace the fridge, I'm gonna have to spend like $800 to $1,000 to buy a fridge that's not even as nice as the fridge I fucking owned before. You know what I mean? Because I would have never paid that for a fridge. I'm cheap as hell. I'd have got like the $299 Walmart one that comes up to your waist. But you know, what are you gonna do?
Well, yeah. Did you tell Katie and the girls, like, you just put a Viking helmet on and it's like, get me the hammer and leave the house? I will fix this frozen bitch.
MJ heard me from her room. I was like, God damn it! Because I was like, I had to, like, pull the trays out and they wouldn't come out, so I'm, like, stuck, and I had to, like, crawl underneath it, hold it up, and I'm inside of the fridge, and the doors don't shut, so they just kept closing on my fucking kidneys. And I'm like up in the fridge trying to get to this certain screw to open the back of it. And I'm not a handy guy, man. I'll fix shit because I'm cheap, but not because I'm handy.
You should have got into a Michael Shannon with it and be like, you think your ice trays are safe from me? I will bust you up. Yeah, dude, I'm surprised you didn't get one of those rage monsters. Like, I got to eat all the shit out of this refrigerator before it goes bad. It's like, we're having everything. And then you get like Mel Gibson from Signs, and you're sitting around the table with your girls. And you're like, eat it. And you're shoving food in your mouth.
That scene makes me laugh and cry at the same time. But no, I did make some Salisbury steak tonight, dude. When's the last time you had a Salisbury steak?
I don't know, probably cafeteria, 8th grade.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and I learned how to make it. It was fucking good as shit, man. It was some really tasty stuff. But then my water bottle spilt in my gym bag on the way to the gym, and just like covered fucking all of it. It's been a shitty day, but I'm happy to be here with you folks, and we got some fun stuff to talk about tonight. The day is getting better.
That movie was good though. That we were gonna review tonight. I liked it. You're right. Because it wasn't because I was gonna say don't be an asshole and be like, oh, I think you'll like it because Mike sent me a text and it's like, dude, I think you're gonna enjoy it. And I don't know if that was code for like you're gonna shit your panties bad when you see her. And I was like, dude, if you tell me that and I'm gonna watch it in the middle of the night and it's already gonna freak me the fuck out. And it was actually a really good, solid movie.
Yeah. Well, we can just go ahead and review it if you want to. Just knock that pony out. We can't give away any spoilers. We can't even say who the bad good guy is because that's kind of a mystery halfway through. But the movie we're talking about, guys, it's called Things Heard and Seen, and it stars.
I don't like that name at all, though.
It's a terrible name, and it's based off a book that's even more of a terrible name.
Things Heard. Yeah, I don't like it because it's like hard for me to even remember. It's like some bullshit Dr. Seuss story that I don't remember. Like, I don't know. It's like things heard, not seen. One time there was beans.
Now I have to pee. But no, it's things heard and seen. And it's funny because I heard nothing about it. And I'm going through what's getting ready to come out on Netflix. I asked them for a screener for it because the trailer looks really good to me. Amanda Seyfried. So hot. Want to touch the hiney. Aru.
Ever since the Megan Fox days with Jennifer's body.
Yeah, dude. And who's the other dude in it? He was really good. James Norton is the other guy in it.
He looked like a skinny version of the guy that played the Sandman in Spider-Man 3.
Totally. Yeah, exactly.
He looks just like him.
And he plays it off well. But what this movie is, guys, and if you haven't heard of it, that's okay. I think you will. Once it comes out tomorrow on Netflix, I think you will. I've seen some bad reviews for it. But the reason I knew Jay would like it is because it's an old school ghost story. It is this couple get ready to move to upstate New York because the guy's a professor and he's got this professor job. And basically, long story short, without giving away any spoilers, the house they moved to is super fucking haunted. Yeah, a lot of crazy shit happening in that house. But it is a Stephen King-esque, old school, kind of like The Haunting of Bly Manor, but to me, way more entertaining because I wasn't a huge fan of that type of slow roll, haunted house, classic haunted house, old school ghost story feel. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I got real big vibes of What Lies Beneath. Yeah. And The Haunting. That 99 one, the 1999 version of it. I got vibes of that. And I liked it okay. It's drawn out a little bit too much though. Like it's a 2 hour and 1 minute flick. It's still good. I like it because it's a lot more like thriller. It's a thriller movie with like a ghostly peripheral around it. So it's really more of a drama thriller than it actually is a ghostly kind of thing. The ghosts are in it, but they're always peripheral. But that's why I didn't scare. I didn't like the part. There are parts though, like when she walked by and you saw old Miss Mother Hubbard standing in the fucking like doorway, like churning butter. I was like, I hate that shit. Cause I got one of those, like, I didn't get jump, but I got one of those instant chills that went from my anus hole all the way to the nape of my neck. Cause I was like, it was one of those things. But yeah, then the ending, obviously we can't give away spoilers, but then the ending, I was like, I don't know what the fuck just happened. Like we set sail, and then what happened? I don't know what happened afterwards. I don't know what to do with my hands.
I had to think on it, and then I was like, okay, I get it. It was just a very weird transition. But yeah, well, dude, it was weird. I knew you would like it because it is a scary movie. And again, this is not like a movie that people are going to throw up and pass out in the theater kind of scary. No. It's all about the story. And the people who made the movie don't do horror movies. Like, they are all about other kind of movies and stuff like that. But it's a old school ghost story feel. I've said that about 1,000 times, but I don't really know how to do it. But it's kind of Lifetimey in a way because it's all about the relationship between the wife and the husband. Mm-hmm. And certain people in the movie turn out to be some of the most conniving, dirty, asshole, funky butt loving sons of bitches you've ever met in your life. I mean, one of them ends up such a douchehole that, like, it's shocking. So it's kind of like it has this primal fear almost-esque where the characters, what they're going to be and how evil they're going to be, start to come to light feel to it. But it's also got, like I said, the Haunting of Bly Manor type feel with the old ghost story stuff. But the Lifetime stuff was actually interesting because I got really into their marriage. I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, it did give you some it got like Steve Wilkos. It's like, throw the chair at him, Steve. Yeah. Fuck that asshole.
It did, dude. There's no doubt about that at all. Yeah, you get really it's a drama, but you get really into like Dawson's Creek, the Skulls, both of them.
Well, it was one of those things though. When I saw one of the things that happens, I was like, well, it's deserving because this happened to her. And then I got pissed though when she did it. I'm like, I don't fucking know now because you know, because it's happened to, it's happened to, you know, Mike and myself, but I was like, this is bullshit. I don't even know who to root for now. I hope you all fucking die in a burning river. But it was still, but it's a really, yeah, it really is an interesting flick. And it's not like, again, even if you don't like horror movies, which I'm not, I like horror movies, but I don't because they scare the shit out of me. But it's weird. I have a love-hate relationship, much like with my parents. But it's one of those things that it's not really super scary where you can't enjoy it and watch it and just be in, because I had the subtitles on, but I didn't mute it once. I didn't mute it.
That's why I didn't mute it. That's why I knew you would like it. So I got the screener and I watched like half of it before I even texted you because I was like, you know, if the movie's awful, I don't want to just spend 20 minutes of the live stream shitting on a movie. But watched half of it and I thought, okay, this is right up Jay's alley because it's scary and it's spooky and it'll give you those creepy feels where you're going, ooh, wee, you know, but it's not like holy shit, fuck, you know. It's not.
Yeah, it's not one of those.
Yeah, it's a chill. It's almost an enjoyable, chill, slow roll movie to watch. And I knew that was right up your alley, dude. Because there's no herky jerkies, not a lot of jump scares. Just
I really thought when that one chick was like crawling on the, I was like, don't you start. When Mother Hubbard like got on the floor and she started, I was like, I don't want to see it because even if she wasn't herky jerking moving around, I don't want to watch her crawl on the floor like she's trying to do a sexy Catwoman and she's dead. Yeah, I don't want to see it.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah, but it didn't turn out. But it was funny because the ending. Again, I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody, but it's like he fucking sinned so hard he became a painting. I don't know, and I got what they were, but I just felt like the ending. I didn't know. I just felt like it was a little bit too artsy fartsy. I don't know. I was like, you guys could have ended it one way, and I would have been like completely fine with it, but you had to go the extra. You had to be a little extra today, and I like the little spice that you added, but it wasn't needed on this chicken nugget.
Yeah, they went for the extra spicy Wendy's chicken sandwich that ending for sure. But it does make sense if you think about it, the way it all works. But a lot of creepy heaven and hell stuff, obviously a lot of ghost stuff, whole lot of familial drama. Some sexy stuff happens in it. Ultimately, dude, like I think that people that like Mike Flanagan movies, that like Stephen King, like the creepy Rose Red.
Is that who? Oh, Matt Flanagan did it?
No, Mike Flanagan didn't. It just felt like a Mike Flanagan.
I thought you did. Okay.
No, the directors were, and Amanda Seyfried, fucking awesome, dude.
She's great, yeah.
So good. And James Norton was really good in this too. And I really love the supporting cast.
But the main guy, the husband in it, he's a good actor when you fucking hate his guts.
Yeah.
You're like, man, that's good.
And like, there's everything from, it hits a whole lot of horror movie check boxes. Like there is evil people in it. There is ghost demoness stuff in it. There is creepy seance stuff that happens. Just man, I really enjoyed watching it.
And dude, one of the coolest things, Cyrus Criticos was in it as well, and he's still chasing down ghosts for some reason.
Which one was
and
that?
Next thing you know, he's gonna be saying that Cyrus owed it money. He did owe me money. He owed me a shit ton of money from 13 Ghosts.
That's right.
Cyrus understood me, so fuck you.
And he was fucking awesome in it too. He was really good.
He was, and again, there's a point where he's involved with a seance, and I was like, he's still chasing down those fucking ghosts. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, dude. I give it a 7.5, man. It didn't truly scare me at any point, but I had several moments of being like, oh shit, and I was super invested in the story, and everything about it felt like your typical ghost story movie, but it just had this weird. You could tell the people who made it don't do horror, and that actually added to it instead of taking away from it. It made it feel different and new, even though you're kind of seeing the same old stuff. So it's 7.5 for me. I enjoyed it.
Blair Hartlett says ghosts, Arthur, like as in Demi Moore and Unchained Melody, ghosts. I'll give it a 7. I enjoyed it. I just feel like it was a little dragged out. I think it was a solid movie, and I know what they were going for, and it was a good whodunit kind of thing that they had. Like, and again, the thriller element is the main focus of the movie, in which, again, I like those kind of films because again, it gives you a good story, but the scares aren't like immediately. You know, you're going to be checking your underwear for diarrhea stains. Right. It's just like a good, solid film, like submitted for your approval for the Midnight Society kind of movie. I don't know. Exactly. So yeah, 7. I just feel like it could have been an hour and a half. Probably. I feel like if you'd done an hour and 30 minutes, it would have been just as solid.
Yeah. Definitely.
And I think they could have tweaked the ending a little bit, but otherwise it's a good movie.
And there's a touch of like grown-up Cruel Intentions in there too. There's some like romantic drama vibes going on in it. There's some one of the girl from Stranger Things is in it too.
Which one? Not the one that he was that the girl that was in the library?
Willis. Yeah.
Oh, that was
Natalia Dyer. Yeah, she grew up, bro. She grew up.
She 18?
I don't know.
I don't either. So I'm not saying a fucking word. So You know what?
More
It
play.
was funny. Speaking of the Stranger Things, which by the way, our final rating 7.5 and 7.0 for you guys that are interested in it. Did you see someone had put on
She's
Facebook?
26, by the way. 26 years old.
She's hot as fuck. But anyway, no. So yeah, somebody posted on Facebook this picture of, and we'd seen it before. I was actually just saw it. Christina Ricci. What do you think, dude? Christina Ricci as Morticia Addams, and then someone get Johnny. April was telling me that they had a thing of like a Photoshop or Johnny Depp as Gomez, Christina Ricci as whatever her name was. I just said it. Morticia Addams, and then have it directed by Tim Burton. I think that if you do an Addams Family remake like that, I think it probably work.
She was in Addams Family.
She was Wednesday, I know, but she's all grown up.
Version?
She's all grown up now.
Yeah.
And dude, if you look at her in that dress, it's like, yeah, like Christina Ricci as yeah, that would be. I could see it, and Tim Burton directing it. You know, of course, and I don't think. I mean, he would cast Helena Bonham Carter in it somewhere because he always does, but I don't think it would be one of those situations where he'd cast her as, you know, the main character or anything.
That's a fun Friday night fights right there, dude. Tim Burton and Helena Bonham Carter versus Rob Zombie and Sherry Moon Zombie.
What is it?
Tim Burton and Helena Bonham Carter versus Rob Zombie and Sherry Moon Zombie.
I'll take Tim Burton and Helen Bonham Carter every day of the week.
I'll do the daily.
I mean, they'll just win automatically because if you cash in your chick for Rob Zombie and his wife, you're just gonna smell like Cheetos and feet for the whole day.
But if you go back through the filmography, I bet those votes would be closer than you think because there's so many people who really do love what Rob.
The thing is, I haven't seen every like I didn't watch. I did not watch. What is that one where Johnny Depp was a crazy barber?
Oh, Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd. I never really watched all of Sweeney Todd.
One sir, two sir. How about a shave?
But didn't he direct? Yeah, he did direct Alice in Wonderland, didn't he?
Yeah, and she was in that.
Hell, she was good in that.
She had a little squishy face going on there. We missed a super chat. First super chat of the night. Thank you, Big Bopper. I just woke up. I can't see it. I saw God in the floods.
What did you just play? Did you just watch Lawnmower Man and do VR for the first time? Because I saw God. I saw God.
Is that in that movie? Is that what he's referencing?
Yeah, Jeff Fahey.
Oh, okay.
They were put that like the Pierce Bronson put that VR headset on him and he took it off and he's like, I saw God. I saw God.
Ryder said that. I'm guessing he's talking about Bonham Carter and Tim Burton, but he said no, they are bitterly divorced. I didn't know that. I thought they were still together. Times, yeah. Yeah, if only Rob Zombie and Sherry Moon Zombie could get divorced now, maybe, you know, he could get a good leading woman.
You know what's weird? You really think that Johnny Depp would have wound up with her? Someone like Bonham Carter? Because they both are kind of strange, cuckoo people.
So, I mean, fucking who's weirder than Tim Burton, though, right?
Yeah, but then again, Amber Heard does take a dump in her bed and slap you with, like, fucking wine glasses. So, yeah. I mean, if you're going for, like, crazy, weird... I guess I don't know.
At first, that could have been a plus, right? Like,
I'm not going to be dealing. If you take a dump in my bed, your ass is going to be taking a dump in the homeless shelter.
I got to be done here now. Tyler Rumfeld, thanks, buddy. Says, "Yo, watching OG Assault on Precinct 13, underrated classic. Love you guys, and goddamn you, Michael.
Goddamn you, Michael. Yes. Yeah, Assault on Precinct 13. The original is great. I didn't even mind the remake. It's not as good, but I still liked them. But that's a badass movie.
Would you hate me if I told you I never saw it?
I already hate you, so it's not going to change anything.
Yes. I saw the first half of it. I never finished it. Not because it was boring. I just didn't finish it.
That's a badass fucking movie, dude. And the remake's pretty good too. But you liked it's not the same thing, but the Raid 2. Remember the Raid 2 when we watched that? It's kind of the same. It's an action kind of thriller movie. It's badass.
Carpenter-esque. Yeah, with the things.
Yeah, it's got thriller elements in it, but it's like it's just like if Snake Plissken had a bunch of crew with him and they were like trapped in a fucking like police station and have to survive for the night.
Yeah, I like it. I want it. I need it. Give it to me.
Catherine Estrella says it was on HBO Max. I guess it's still there.
Look at that. Look at
did you see that thing on Facebook? Somebody also had pointed at which I jokingly put the gif of Thanos saying, you know, I'm inevitable, but they were like it was like a little meme where, you know, they showed Rocket Raccoon and the Winter Soldier, and they were like, how much for Spider-Man? And then, you know, the Winter Soldier is Sony, and they say not for sale. Rocket Raccoon is Marvel, and they're like, what about the studio? And then he just looks and walks away. So, I'll get that studio. And he's like, it's never like, here's the thing. The reality of it, it'll never happen because first off, the courts would come down immediately on Disney. If they bought fucking Sony Pictures, no, man, that'll never ever happen. And by the way,
For
you
Monopoly,
gotta,
right? You mean because
yeah,
Monopoly?
they would be a monopoly on them. Yeah, they would never, it would never happen. But here's also the thing about it. Like, dude, Spider-Man by itself, just the character, for Marvel to buy that back from Sony, they would have to shill out like $4 to $5 billion just for that character. It's
Yeah.
like, so I don't even know what they would charge for the entire Sony.
And I gotta hope they don't. I want Marvel to get less. I want them to shed skin, not pick up new items. Like they have enough. Like, and if it goes to Disney, you know exactly what you're gonna get. I want something different, even if it fucking sucks. Give me something new and different. You don't have to run it through the old fucking Nabisco machine. But
I know they want Spider-Man back real bad, but again, I don't even think Disney. I mean, again, it would be Marvel's most profitable character most likely. If you look at DC, it's Superman. Like that's DC or Batman. That's like DC's big ones. And then it's Spider-Man would be Marvel's equivalent to Spider-Man or Superman and Batman. So they really want Spider-Man, but dude, like even on the chance, you're gonna shill out $4 billion for one character. Like I don't know about that.
I mean, and they have X-Men, they have Fantastic Four, you know, they have the Hulk, they have the Avengers. Like you don't need fucking Spider-Man. Just stop. Let someone else fucking have their day in the sun.
Sony's tried like 4 like they just can't get the character right. Yeah. They had to let Marvel do it. Even though I did like Andrew Garfield, so I thought they were onto something except for the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
I think that
movies
sucked.
around him weren't great. Yeah, that was the problem. Thank you, Mud Nelson. Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate all you guys super chatting. Did you guys see? Did everybody in the chat see the new Loomis and Meyer skit, the coffee commercial that we did?
That was fun as shit.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people. There is going to be a really good bloopers video that comes out of that. That's going to be on the Patreon as well. And then I saw some people asking, by the way, I wanted to mention this. This is the coffee. It is a real thing, by the way. It's real coffee. We watch movies Monday Morning Brew, and it's Guatemalan, as the video says. But some people were asking, this is actually, you can buy this. This is a real thing. I had some this morning.
Did they think we get to like Kinko's and made that?
Yeah, like some people. Well, if you go to that video, there's a link at the top, at the pinned comments, where you can actually purchase this, and you can purchase it as a subscription, whatever you want to do. Really good shit. So if you guys were actually looking at it, definitely do it, because that's why we made the videos. Because
Robbie Cozell says, "What's Andrew Garfield been up to?" Well, he went up against Mark Zuckerberg, and he's just been counting his cash. Next time, he's not coming back for 30%. He's coming back for all of it.
I told my family that story the other day about the chicken, about how they pulled him up for animal cruelty because he had to carry a chicken, and like he was feeding it chicken because it was hungry and he didn't think about it, and they got him for forced cannibalism, which is the craziest fucking story ever. But Andrew Garfield's in a movie that's coming out. He's been doing more indie shit now. He did like Under the Silver Lake, which is some fucking kooky crazy movie, but he's just not been in the bigger movies, which is cool.
You know what's the thing about him? It's weird if you break down the Spider-Man. Like there's Tobey Maguire, which is OG. So when you know like classic Spider-Man, like I remember Spider-Man going to the movie theater and watching Spider-Man, and like we all do. They grew up in that time. Like that was huge. That was awesome. And Tobey Maguire was our Spider-Man. That was like how it went. But then when they rebooted the thing after that disaster bullshit skid mark of Spider-Man 3, because it was just awful. And that wasn't necessarily Sam Raimi's fault. That was the studio, because they were like, you gotta put Venom in it. And who the fuck else to get? Topher fucking Grace.
That was a good pick.
That's good.
That's the there's like the Packers draft team right there.
God damn. That's like letting a 9-year-old fucking be the quarterback for like, I don't know, the Patriots. Like that's a good idea. Let's do that. Like rookie of the year shit. Yeah. But no, so Andrew Garfield comes in. I thought Andrew Garfield nailed it, dude. I thought he was really good. I thought he actually had more of the essence of Peter Parker than Tobey Maguire did. Tobey Maguire was a good Spider-Man. I just felt like he was more of an older, more wizened Spider-Man, even when they did in the first movie. I feel like they should have started the first Spider-Man movie in college and then just had quick flashbacks to his high school career. Yeah. And that would have been it. That would have been enough. But anyway, Andrew Garfield comes in, but that movie, the second one, sucked asshole. And then, and again, Jamie Foxx is a great actor. It was just a terrible, terrible design and a terrible idea about Electro.
Yeah,
then
you get to Tom Holland as Rhino.
Yeah, no, God, they wasted him.
Yeah.
Again, that was going to lead into the Amazing Spider-Man 3, which would have been cool to have him as one of the main villains, or the Sinister Six, which was going to be good. But then you have Tom Holland, who's the quintessential. But for me, and for my money, dude, honestly, I wouldn't mind Andrew Garfield coming back and taking the mantle up. How cool would it have been if Sony had reached the agreement with Marvel back in the day before they cast Tom Holland? Which, nothing against Tom Holland, I like him, but if they had Andrew Garfield reprise the role of Spider-Man and then meet Tony Stark and join up with the Avengers.
Yeah.
Because you already got 2 films there.
Yeah. It's weird. Tom Holland is like vanilla ice cream. I mean, it's like, You know, it's good. It's not going to upset anybody. He does a great job. It's just, to me, it's not as interesting as Garfield or Maguire was. There's nothing wrong with the guy at all. Like I don't mean to disparage him, but I just don't find it as interesting.
Dr. Splinter says, "What's wrong with Topher Grace? I don't get it. I don't not like Topher Grace. But
I like
as
Topher
Venom,
Grace,
as Eddie Brock, bro. Come on, like there's no chance in a fucking hell. There's no way, dude. If you're gonna, that's what you might as well
watch him as Venom, man.
Yeah, dude, you might as well cast like fucking Topher Grace as Arnie in Terminator 2. I mean, it's the same equivalent to me. Eddie Brock, the best they got with Eddie Brock was Tom Hardy.
Yeah,
like that made sense. Like I was like, he's a big stocky dude, and that makes sense. Topher Grace is just a little skinny dude that lives in his mom's basement and smokes weed. I'm sorry, that's just what he looks like. He doesn't look very. And then he got all he's like, "Do you want to get revenge?" And he was like, I was just so goddamn.
And you know
awful.
what? Topher Grace didn't deserve that. Topher Grace did not deserve to be cast.
I don't know.
I mean, like he didn't deserve the vitriol because he shouldn't have been cast in the first place. It wasn't his fucking fault, but that was bad. That was awful.
Yeah, and again, he played a perfect asshole. Like he did play a good asshole that was competing against Peter Parker, but it just didn't make sense. I don't like. You could have put him in any other role that would have made sense other than fucking Eddie Brock, one of his most dangerous adversaries ever. And he's also Eddie Brock is not a small dude. He's a big fucking dude, or kind of a big dude.
Looks like
anyway.
Tom Hardy. Go figure. Lloyd Brockway, thank you so much. Says, I love your guys, Michael and Dr. Loomis skits. I would love to see them go to couples therapy and discuss the communications problem. That'd be funny as fuck. Because I could imagine if Loomis was like, now I brought you here, Michael, because and we could have a third person there, whoever it be. Maybe it could be Chalice, but we had a third person there. It's like, I brought you here because obviously you're not fucking listening to me. Maybe you'll listen to what someone else has to say. And then the therapist could start blaming Loomis. He's like, well, what did you do? And you're like, and then you could get all pissed. You'd be like, you're teaming up with him? Fucking, he's a fucking murderer.
This is obvious.
You're teaming up with a murderer?
He's cast you under the spell of fun, you quack. Your name is not, you are Dr. Thorne. That's your name. You also sound like a shitty rock band from 1982. Dr. Thorne.
But it'd be like any couples therapy session, like where like the woman or the guy calls and sets up the therapy session, all thinking that the therapist is gonna like agree with them, but then you get there and they start agreeing with the other person, and then the person who's like, yeah, we need therapy, like starts losing their shit. That would be pretty funny.
What was that? There was a comedy movie like that where they go in for couples therapy and the therapist is just agreeing with everything that she's saying, and he's like, wait, what? He's like, I'm not even allowed.
It was in Sopranos, they did that, and then they did that in you haven't seen it, but they do it in Entourage with Ari too. It's funny as fuck.
Yeah, I swear I don't know if it was Vince Vaughn. It was something weird, like, because he didn't go to the couples therapy, but when he did finally go, or something like that, everything he said was like, he was like, hold on, let her talk. And he's like, what the fuck? Like,
I think it could have been couples retreat that you're thinking.
It could have, yeah, it was something weird like that. But yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be a good little skit.
That'd be hilarious. Good idea. King of Evil Ganondorf Dragmeyer is back and says, hey guys, sorry I haven't been around for a while. I miss you guys, just dealing with personal stuff just through and through. I'll pop in and say hi and YOLO, because you only live once. And that's true, King of Evil Ganondorf Dragmeyer. Thank you for popping up tonight. Thanks appreciate so much, man. Hope you're doing well.
W. Slaughter says, Jacob Dr. feels like, all I want you to know is you don't matter. I only remember that because back in the day when they used to use the soundboards to prank call people, that was one of the things they got some woman on the phone, and he kept calling her over and over and using the Dr. Phil soundboard. He's like, all I want you to know is you don't matter.
Dude, we got in some trouble using those soundboards. You remember that?
I know. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I dated a girl and broke it off with her and then called her using a soundboard. And she was at a party full of a bunch of dudes, and she got really fucking upset because we used the Mr. Rogers one. So I guess that was inappropriate because it sounded creepy. He was like, where do you live? Like, I want to have a great time. Finally, she's like, will you fucking stop it? And got really upset. She was putting guys on the phone.
Come to my neighborhood?
Yeah, some guys are, who the fuck is this? I'll whoop your ass. And we're like, it's going to be okay. And they're like,
sometimes when your daddy yells and your mom yells at you, it doesn't mean they don't love you.
Yeah, that shit was funny as fuck, dude. Those soundboards are awesome, dude, especially the Schwarzenegger ones. But
they were really good back in the day when we used them because nobody else, they were still new, but now everybody
yeah, you can't get away with it as easily. Hey, I know it's early. I gotta take a pee, man. And then as soon as I get back, and if you want to take a pee, we can do the we'll get into the movie news. Does that sound good?
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me there was one quick thing. JT Custom had said, Jay, did you hear about Wayne T. Carr was gonna play Jon Stewart in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and also his scene was deleted? Yeah. We know that the Green Lantern one was deleted. That guy looked just like him. Like if that dude, I saw it, like it fucking sucks, dude. I really, and not to take anything away from having Martian Manhunter in it, because Martian Manhunter usually doesn't get the Martian love that he should. But I would have much preferred Jon Stewart coming in and using that scene that they'd already filmed with Ben Affleck. I thought that would have been fucking huge.
That would have been dope as shit, man. And by the way, we do have when we get done taking a break real quick, we will have Michael B. Jordan, the Superman news. We have DC news. We have some Wild Warner Brothers news. The Meg. We're going to talk about Ryan Reynolds, Johnny Cage. We're going to talk about Halloween Kills. We're going to talk about all that shit. And we'll start the news as soon as we get done taking a little pee-pee in the toilet. I'll be right back.
Are you putting
Yeah.
Am I waiting on you, or are you putting the thing on?
No, just wait on me.
Oh, okay.
Have the thing up.
Oh,
just wait on me.
So I will. Go ahead, baby. I'll be right here
watch.
waiting. I'll be right here waiting for you to be done peeing. That was an unreleased track from Richard Marx. A lot of people talking about Venom too. I think it's cool. I like it that Woody Harrelson is an awesome fucking actor, but I always pictured Cletus Cassidy, Carnage, to be a little younger. I don't know, but I mean, not that Woody Harrelson's not gonna be able to pull it off, but I don't know. It also gives me a little apprehension because Woody Harrelson is not known for coming back for sequels at all. So, I mean, he has, now and again, if it's good, or if he has, if the script is really good, he'll come back for a sequel. But I get that I'm apprehensive because please tell me that you don't kill off one of the coolest characters in your entire lineup in Spider-Man in Carnage. You kill him off in the second movie, because that's going to really suck a big buffalo butt. Robbie Cozell said, when is that coming out? I think it's this year. Let There Be Carnage. I think it's this year. I'm not 100% accurate, so don't quote me. I'm not going to do this. We got this covered shit. Like, it's next month. I heard from a friend that one time lived in a locker. Blu-ray Addict says Venom 2 will probably be PG-13. I hope not, but you're probably telling the truth there. I'm sure that you didn't use an 8-ball to come to that conclusion, but I trust your judgment because we still are dealing with Disney. Then again, it is Sony. I mean, Sony could just give Disney a big fat plushy middle finger and say, I'm going to go my own way. We never know. But then again, they're also supposed to bring Tom Holland in it. So yeah, maybe there is some kind of agreement there that, well, we can't have Tom Holland appear in your Let There Be Carnage movie if it's a rated R flick. I mean, because Tom Holland is a porcelain doll and he can't be corrupted. Called. Nick Townsend says, Jay, have you seen Live and Die in LA? That sounds really fucking familiar, but I'm not 100% if I remember it. So there's a strong 52% chance that I might have seen it. I'll have to go back and look, but that sounds really familiar. Faux show. Blu-ray Addict says, watch any good movies or shows lately, Jay? Strangely enough, the last two movies that I started watching was I know it's the goddamn Great Value brand Wyatt Earp, but I watched Kevin Costner's Wyatt Earp because I've seen Tombstone so many times. I just want to go back and watch Wyatt Earp because it does tell a more detailed story about Wyatt Earp and his beginnings and things like that. But god damn, it's like wiping your ass with not the Charmin toilet paper. It's just like the prison toilet paper when you know that the Charmin is nearby. That's like the comparison between Tombstone and that one. But I watched that, and then I started watching like in the background, kind of like Forrest Gump. As far as shows go, not really. I'm not anything like, no, there's not really been anything on YouTube that I've been watching that's been like, holy shit, this is awesome. And I'm still behind on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so I got to catch up on that. I meant to do it last night, and then I fell asleep. Austin says, who should play Shao Kahn in the MK sequel? You say Triple H? I don't know. And I don't even know. Honestly, I'm wondering if they'll even bring Shao Kahn in. Because I know that they announced, like, didn't they say like 4 movies or something like that? I think the actor that played Sub-Zero had said something along the lines that he had signed up for 4 flicks. So I think that they might hold off Shao Kahn for another movie or something and kind of introduce more characters and kind of get that going with the tournament in the second one. So we'll see. But I don't know about Triple H. I'd have to really think about that one. Music Man, watch it, Jay. It's a great show. I know, I've heard, and I already saw the Falcon's costume, and it looked dope as shit. So I'm excited about it, and I'm not trying to spoil it for anybody. I got spoiled on it. I didn't want to be, but I was scrolling through Facebook, and you know what happens sometimes. You're like, oh shit, I just saw something. Patricia Gregory, thank you so much. She says, thank you, Jay. Thank you, Mike. You guys make my day as Dr. Loomis and Michael Myers. I love you guys and appreciate y'all. Well, we appreciate you, and thank you so much. And Michael appreciates you, and if he could see you face to face, he would stab you in the face for his appreciation. But thank you. That's awesome. Appreciate that. You know what's crazy? By the way, I will say another thing I went back and watched just on a whim. I went back and watched the original 1995 Mortal Kombat. Man, I gotta say, I still enjoy it. Like, I know it's corny and I know it's kind of, you know, like, I get it, but it's still like, it's fun. And I really do think that Robin Shou was heads and tails better than the Liu Kang that we got in the new Mortal Kombat movie. I feel like Liu Kang is pussy in the new one, but I liked him. I'm not saying I didn't. I just feel like he was wasted. I don't know. I feel like and hopefully, because Robin Shou, because I was telling them that we went back and watched the original Mortal Kombat 95 Mortal Kombat. It's still a fun movie. Like, it's still a fun movie, and I think they did really well with what they had to work with, because it's a hard ass weird movie to tell.
Yeah.
And I thought it was great. And then on top of that, Kano, the guy that played Kano in the original 95 one, was fucking good. My brother and I talked about that. I liked Kano a lot in the new Mortal Kombat movie, and he was really good, and I did enjoy his humor and stuff. But it almost felt like the older Kano in 95 was a lot more menacing. He's like, hello, baby. Did you miss me? He's like, he goes, and then he was like, now looky here. This brings back memories now, doesn't it? He's like, what? You stabbed your mother in the back? He's like, no, a bit small on your partner, though, when I cut him ear to ear. It was just, I don't know. Like,
when he's sitting there drinking that wine goblet, talking to Goro, you know, that was cool too.
He was like, treasure these moments. And by the way, that's another thing. Gorgo, I think he was used up way too quick.
Yeah.
In the new one, and honestly, if you look at the 95 one, the practical effects Gorgo, he looked pretty damn good for what they had.
I liked it better practical than the other way. I do. I saw somebody say that Goro's going to be back. I'm like, I don't fucking know how.
Well, because we can't. I don't want to spoil the movie because it's still pretty new. But it was kind of sad though. The guy that played Kano in the original 95, he died at 40 years old.
I didn't know he died.
Yeah, I watched one of these flicks on YouTube, and it was like Then and Now, and it was showing all the cast, and he's dead. He died at 40 or 41 years old.
How did he die?
I didn't say how. He just said when he shot the movie in 95, he was 34, and he died at 40 or 41. It sucks, man, because he was a good actor. But and you know, anyway, we'll get some more news to cover with Mortal Kombat, so I don't want to give anything away. But I got to go tinkle and drain my wiener.
Do it.
I'll be back.
That I seen super chat in here. Make sure we get them super chats, them sloppy joes. I heard you like them extra sloppy. Lady, you're scaring us. Patricia Gregory says, thank you, Jay. Thank you, Mike. You guys make my day as Dr. Loomis and Michael Myers. I love you guys and appreciate y'all. Did I read? No, I didn't read that. If I did, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot all the way around. But thank you so much, Patricia. Really appreciate that. We love doing those videos. We haven't got to do them a lot lately because of, all the shit with COVID. And then we like to do these live streams because we live an hour apart. It makes it easier for us to give you guys a lot more content. But we are starting to get back together in person more. So you will see more in-person videos. Again, there's that blooper video for that coming out. And then there's another unboxing that we filmed. And then next week we'll be getting together again. We're doing something very cool with someone this weekend as well. And then I'm hoping that we have a really good interview lined up for Friday. I still haven't got the 100% okay on that. Still waiting for it, but if we do, it is Halloween oriented, and I guarantee nobody knows what it is because it's kind of off the beaten path. But I think it's a really cool interview. It'd be a really cool person to talk to. Can't say who yet, but I will. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. All that shit we'll definitely talk about. But thank you so much, Patricia. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. Like talking about the Mortal Kombat thing. Yeah, I haven't gone back and watched it a second time yet, but it was just like one of those things. It was like it's like need him, got him, need him, got him. It's like that was really fucking cool. I'm bored for 30 minutes, and that seems like a weird choice. That was really fucking cool. this seems like the 95 movie, the weirdness, like almost cheapness at certain times. I love the 95 movie, but it was very weird. I'm shocked at how much it felt like the original Mortal Kombat. And again, Kano was fucking awesome, completely different from the other Kano. But I saw a meme, someone was talking about like the actor who played Kano in the new Mortal Kombat movie has been hospitalized for a back injury for carrying the whole fucking movie. And that shit made me laugh. I wouldn't totally agree that he carried the whole movie, but he was one of the best characters. He was funny as shit for sure. JB Sports Radio says, love you guys. You make my booty hole sweat. Will you make my booty hole sweat, JB Sports Radio? And I love your picture of Mel Gibson with a giant mustache because I love Mel Gibson and I love you. Thank you very much for that. Robbie Soul says, how about Dr. Loomis and Michael Myers renting a movie? That would be fun. If only there was a video store that we could go to rent it together. We could use this background, I guess, and figure something out. But yeah, definitely more of those coming. And we want to start doing original new characters too, outside of Loomis and Myers, and start doing some more skits. That's in the plans for the next year. Conventions are in the plans for the next year. It's going to be a good year, man. I'm feeling really high on what we're going to be doing soon. So that's going to be a good time. Did you guys hear that Adam Wingard is in talks to direct another Godzilla Kong movie? I think that's weird because, like, I like the movie fine, but I'm at the point now with my Godzilla Kong movies. I'm like, I think at this point, we've had so many of them that where it's like the action's awesome, the story sucks, that I think that we need to start expecting more from those movies. I think we need a movie that's either going to find a cool way to have it all be about the monsters and have no fucking human interaction, which I don't know what it is. I'm just the guy who says shit. Or we need to figure out a way to make the human characters interesting and make the story interesting. I don't know what that is, but they haven't figured it out yet. And I want something more out of the next movie. As much as I enjoyed the fighting. And Adam Wingard, I got to be honest with you, man, I don't like that he's doing another one because that one was fine. It was good and everything, but he does such cool horror stuff and such good original content. And it feels like any director can really, and he said it himself, so I'm not shitting on him, that any director can do a Kong Godzilla movies as long as they're worth their salt and they know what's going on because there's so much special effects and so much money behind it. I'd rather see a director like that do original things and let the Michael Bay types of the world do the Kong movies and the Godzilla movies. I mean, that's just me. I know that a lot of people really fucking love that movie. But I was actually kind of disappointed to hear he was going to do another one for me personally. But again, I only watch these as the Tourette's guy. That was a fun skit, Mornay. I've always wanted to do more with the Tourette's guys. And remember, if you guys remember the Tourette's skit that we did, that was supposed to be the start of a whole slew of videos where we came up with the world's shittiest serial killer. So one of them would have Tourette's, meaning that he couldn't sneak up on somebody because anytime the killer goes to sneak up on somebody, he's like, fuck, cock, shit. And like he gives his stance away. That was the idea behind that video. And that's in the intro of all our videos, the one where I've got my face painted up. Wanted to do a whole lot of those and have serial killers that just have whatever ticks or whatever that keep them from being good serial killers. We just never went back and did it again. Maybe it's because not enough people watched it. I don't know. We'll have to do that again, though, at some point. For sure. Love all you guys. 243 people in here right now. Really appreciate you guys spending some of your Wednesday. Went down to 242. Really, fuck that guy who left. You guys go get him. Go get that fucker and tell him we saw him leave. No, thank you all for hanging out. It's so cool to be able to do these things. And we got another one on Friday night, for sure. Is anyone excited about the NFL draft tomorrow night? Because I fucking am. Because the Packers didn't do shit this whole fucking offseason, and it's my only chance to actually see them do anything. And I think we had a stream last year during the NFL draft, so I didn't get to like sit back and chill and watch that. I had more fun with you guys. But I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night's draft. And so I told Jay, and I was like, Jay, like, you know that I would just fucking beat your ass. And he was like, you will not. And I was like, watch this. And then he tried to kiss me. Oh, hey, you're back. Oh, you're muted.
You and I remember Budapest differently. I think. I think that's what I'm saying. Yes, there was a threat, or was it a promise of an ass beating, and there was a kiss in the air, but we don't know who. We don't know by whom.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. All right, movie news time. We will start to go through these shits. But going back to what we were talking about, we both definitely recommend checking out Things Heard and Seen tomorrow on Netflix. But
that's a great movie. Yeah, you guys will like it.
Movie news stuff. Let's get into it. The first thing I want to talk about, it is National Superhero Day, by the way. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I did
Like
not.
every day is a different holiday. Like today's National fucking Salisbury Steak Day.
Well, I
or,
didn't
like,
know yesterday when you
Bun Day.
posted that thing on Facebook that it was National Aliens Day. By the way, we tried to get one of a more famous person to come on here to talk to us all about, aliens and shit like that. And they quoted us a price that said suck a dick. But there's no fucking way.
Oh yeah, not from the Alien movies, but
No, but like an actual, I don't want to give away too much because there's always a possibility of something happening in the future. We don't know. But at the same time, they quoted us a price. It's like, dude, I'm not like, there's no fucking way. Like you're acting like I owe you child support and stuff. Like there's no way for an hour, like, no, bro.
Yeah. And just to make it clear for everybody, we don't pay for any of our interviews.
No, they're all cool enough to come on. They just want to talk to fans.
Yeah, exactly. But we offered someone who typically wouldn't be on the channel to come and talk about some alien shit. And their agent got back to us in like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And we were like,
yeah, dude, it was, yeah, if I could have sent like a gift back to them, it would have been J. Jonah Jameson. It's like when he asked for a raise, like Tobey Maguire asked for a raise.
Colin said the guy from Blink-182. No, it wasn't Tom DeLonge. I'd pay $500 to have Tom DeLonge on the show.
Yeah, Tom DeLonge would be cool. But yeah, no, it's like this guy again. I don't want to talk like the guy.
We met him a
long time ago, and he's a sweet guy. And I don't know if it was him actually quoting that price or if it was just his agent that he didn't know about. But I feel like there was like, because he appeared on like fucking one of the Kardashian shows or some shit. I don't know because he was a huge fan of Caitlyn Jenner or Bruce Jenner, and he wanted to meet them. And he was on one of those shows. And then he was on Joe Rogan, and I don't know if that just blew his butthole up to a level that is unbelievable. And he looked like one of those floats in Batman '89, just floating around. I'm like, no, bro. I was like, I'd be really cool to talk to you. And like, I think a lot of people would get some enjoyment out of it. But for that price, you could suck an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to save up for a PlayStation 5.
And to boot that we already interviewed him once a long, long time ago.
Yeah, I know.
I
actually screen grabbed that and sent it to somebody that wanted to know because they were watching the movie. I was like, oh yeah, we talked to him. I was like, he's seen some shit, Zed. I was like, there's no doubt, like that guy was telling the truth. But yeah, I'm not. Yeah. And by the way, when we interviewed him back in the day, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, nobody was at his booth. Nobody gave a shit, and I felt so bad. And he was such a sweet guy that I went back and I bought a poster for $10 and let him sign it.
He signed it. It's still hanging in my closet.
Yeah, I mean, so $500, shit. Times have changed. I felt like they were going to play that Watchmen at the very beginning of Watchmen. Oh, times are changing.
Hey, good for him, right? Good for him making his money out there on these streets. Good for him. He's not going to be on our show, but good for him.
Yeah, and again, I'm not trying to ruin any possibility or anything. Like I would never bring up money with about that. But Jesus Christ, dude! Like we're not trying to interview like Chelsea Clinton. I mean, that's cheap for some people, but we don't have that Rogan money.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I feel weird paying for an interview at all, anyways. But it's like when they pull up to Laurie Strode's house in Halloween 2018. It's like, we're investigative journalists, and he's like, "How does $3,000 sound?" And the gate just opens. Like, I'm not paying I wouldn't pay $3,000 for Jamie Lee Curtis's interview right now.
I would say $3,000. It was like, where's my $3,000? Oh, I meant I was going to pay it in pesos. Here you go. It'd be like $25.
Like in Mortal Kombat, she's like, I don't have $3 million.
Yeah, it's like, that was a point of contention in that movie specifically. He's like, why did Kano trust that bitch real quick? Yeah. He's like, he called it out. He's like, you live in a shitty camper. I thought she was gonna be like, oh, the special forces allots me money. Yeah. And he just bought you at your word. I don't know. Like it was weird.
Ethan Taylor, thanks for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate that. He says, hey, Mike and Jay, new Patreon here. Hey, and that's right. He is a brand new Patreon. Ethan Taylor, everybody on Patreon.
Hello.
Woo! Says, I'm in a good place in life that I can help support you guys in doing what you love. Thank you and the Wham fam for welcoming me into the family as kindly as you guys have done. Hey, thank you for coming a part of it, man.
Hey, thank you so much. That's really nice of you.
Wait till this Saturday night. Not this Saturday, but a week from tonight. You'll get really introduced to the Wham crew on the Patreon live stream. Shit gets weird. Mm-hmm. No recorders allowed. Okay? Leave your phone
unless you pay unless it's $500 for an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
that's apparently the running price for bullshit UFO in Hollywood.
All right, let's get into the movie news. We've grab-assed long enough. Some Warner Brothers stuff going on to talk about first, but before we even get into that, I'm going to bring up the thing right here for you. Michael B. Jordan is not, despite what was reported earlier, going to be Superman. This comes from the Hollywood Reporter. It says acclaimed writer Todd Nahesi Coates is pinning a Superman script for J.J. Abrams and Warner Brothers. It's a film that sources previously told The Hollywood Reporter will center on a black Superman. Sources noted Jordan tried to develop a black Superman movie in 2019 when he arrived at Warner Brothers with his deal at the studio. The actor and producer also has ties to Coates, as the writers run on the Black Panther comics helped convince Disney's Bob Iger to greenlight the film, which saw Jordan play the villain Killmonger. Jordan acknowledges he is excited to see what Coates has in store for Superman, but suggested he will not be suiting up. He said, "It's smart of DC to grab Ta-Nehisi, I hope I'm saying that right, to go ahead and adapt that project. He's incredibly talented. It's going to be worth checking out. I'm flattered people have me in that conversation. It's definitely a compliment, but I'm just watching on this one."
Yeah, I think that's a smart choice by Michael B. Jordan. I mean, he's already got a lot of other projects going on that he's working for, and the fact that he's got his own, what is it, Apollo 3 or whatever.
Yeah, Creed 3.
Yeah, I don't think, honestly, look, I feel like it's still a sticky situation with Warner Brothers, because look, there's a lot of people that like, hey man, that's cool, to have a black Superman, and that's all fine, and we're all for that, but you guys haven't really done a goddamn thing with Henry Cavill Superman since like 2013. Is that when Man of Steel came out? As people have been waiting on a sequel to that. I mean, you already have a badass mainstream Superman, which is Henry Cavill, and you've literally let him waste away, and that motherfucker looking like that when he got nuked in Batman versus Superman. He's just floating around. He needs the sunbeams. Yeah. At the same time, they're gonna do the multiverse thing and have, because I don't remember. I know that there was a black Superman in the multiverse, and I don't remember. I think I read the story, but I can't remember. And that's fine, and that's cool. But I just feel like Warner Brothers, again, it's just literally gun in hand, shoot in foot. I don't understand. Like, that's fine to develop the character, but just going after right now, doing that, I just don't know why. I mean, you've already got a massive problem because you won't release the real fucking numbers that Zack Snyder's Justice League made. You're trying to say Wonder Woman 2 and Mortal Kombat were the biggest and most highest rated properties that you had on HBO Max. I call bullshit, and I smell elephant cum. There's no fucking way that's true at all. And I mean, we have not got real, and it's not, I'm not being a fanboy. I'm really not. There's no fucking way. There's no way that Zack Snyder's Justice League did not literally make hand over fist dollars for you. The thing is, you want to see Zack Snyder fail, but instead of focusing on giving us more Zack Snyder content or creating that universe, continuing the story of Henry Cavill, you're like, no, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to flush all that shit in the commode, and I'm going to focus on a black Superman, because why not? It's like, I mean, and again, it's not, it has nothing to do with the fact, should there be a black Superman? Fine. I mean, I don't care. But should you also like use the property that you already have in hand with Henry Cavill? Yeah. Because what's going to happen is you're going to lose out on him, man. He's going to get cast as James Bond, and that's it. He's going to walk away from the Cape, and you lost out on one of the best Supermen you had.
To imagine a studio having a star, a fucking bona fide huge star that Henry Cavill is, like The Witcher, I mean, that just came out, blew up, that he was in.
Huge, yeah.
Mission Impossible, Fallout, all the stuff that he's done. Bonafide, just like, and granted, when he did Man of Steel, he wasn't yet. He was not a huge star yet. Man of Steel made him a star because it was a fucking awesome movie. But apart from that, at this point today, he is a huge star. He's one of the biggest stars out there. And he's saying, please let me play Superman again. And you're literally going, let's make him some this shit. And it's like, this is what everyone hates you for, you know?
Well, unless you believe we got this covered, because they always tell the fucking truth. Oh, they said that Superman was never made. Man of Steel Part 2 was never made because he refused to do a cameo in Shazam. Holy shit. It broke the fucking mountains. That's literally what we got this cover is running with right now. They're saying that he got blackballed in Hollywood because he refused to appear as a cameo in Shazam.
I believe the guy at Waffle House smothering my fucking, biscuits in gravy, that I would believe we've got this covered in gravy.
That's exactly where one of their reporters got it from. They were at Waffle House. The guy was making them some fucking biscuits and gravy, and he was like, yep, I heard Henry Cavill was booted out of Warner Brothers because he wouldn't do it. He's like, you know what? I'm going to write that down.
Even if it is true, though, like, let's say that is true, which I don't believe anything that comes out of that joke of a fucking website. But even if it is true, like, that is the kind of thing that Warner Brothers is stupid enough to do. Like, possibly. If for whatever reason he wasn't going to do the cameo, or he wouldn't shave his mustache maybe because of Fallout for the movie, for whatever reason, Warner Brothers having some petty shit that they refuse to make shit fuckloads of money and with an awesome Superman and a new movie is exactly Warner Brothers MO. You know, so I mean, I believe that shit too. It's just, and again, going back to the whole thing, Black Superman's fucking awesome. I think that'll be cool as shit. But fucking, you got Henry Cavill who's begging to do Superman.
Well,
also,
you know,
do both. Don't get me wrong. Don't not do that. But why are we even talking about this? Where's Man of Steel 2?
That's what I'm saying, man. And again, you know, and I put this out there, like there's a time and a place for everything for sure. And there's no doubt under the sun that Black Superman would be fine and received very well. I don't think that's a problem at all. And Michael B. Jordan would be a very good choice for a Black Superman if they were going to have it, even though I do think that Michael B. Jordan has been cast in every fucking thing since Jesus walked the earth. It's just like Tom Hardy. Everybody says Michael B. Jordan, Tom Hardy. It's the same kind of argument. My point being is that I feel like the time is not right now. I feel like the time should be spent rather, and the resources, developing a property that you've had on the shelf since 2013 in Henry Cavill as Superman, and continuing that story, and at least letting the motherfucker do like trilogy or something with Zack Snyder, which he started way back in 2013. If you guys would just please pinch the bullshit out your cheeks and let that go and give the fans what they want, everybody would be on board with any decision you make. By the way, you guys have been slow. Well, they've been slow to the fucking punch so quick. Do you know now? And I read this today. It's true. They're going to accuse you because Marvel is on that multiverse thing now, right? They're already on the multiverse thing. They're going to accuse you because you guys already had it lined up with Zack Snyder's Justice League with that multiverse kind of ending with Batman, and, you know, the apocalypse had happened with the evil Superman. The Marvel's going to come out. The multiverse is going to happen. If you do anything with the multiverse, they're going to be like, oh, you guys copied it.
Yeah,
you guys copied it.
Well, and that's the whole thing with the Batman, the Flash thing that they're doing too. They're gonna run against each other. But at the same time, it's like that the fact that the Flash movie could open up multiverses too gives you even more of a reason to do a Black Superman plus Henry Cavill plus maybe this Restore the Snyderverse, whatever you want to do. You have the option to do it. It's just it's insanity to me, man. Like at any turn, if there's a right choice to make, Warner Brothers will fucking take the other. We'll take it the other way. It just makes no sense.
Warner Brothers is literally a kid playing around with a fucking gun, like let's load it, and then look like the fucking kid in The Sixth Sense. He's like, hey, let me show you my dad's gun, and he has that big fucking hole blown out in the back of his head in The Sixth Sense. He's like, fuck that, I'm not gonna go play with you.
Or the old HBO like anti-pot commercials where the guy's like, you want to smoke some pot? He's like, yeah. He's like, hey, you want to see my dad's gun? And he grabs the gun. He's like, I'm so high right now. He shoots himself because he smoked
some dumbass holding a gun, waving around. It's not even loaded, bro. Like in Weird Science, like when Gary was like, don't worry, bro. It's a squirt gun. Like, no, it wasn't. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I just feel like Warner Brothers is really it's terrible. It really is terrible that they have such potential to be an awesome studio, and they've got the access and to all these characters, these amazing directors, these amazing actors, and they continue to butt fuck not only themselves but the fans too in the wash. It's crazy.
Best part of all that is that if their reason for not doing a Man of Steel 2 is because Man of Steel was so poorly received by critics, the funniest thing about that is that even now, even though that did happen, now that Zack Snyder's Justice League has come out, and we're all this time in the future, even tons of the people who did not like Man of Steel and did not like that take on it, a shit ton of those people would also at this point, now that they've seen what else Henry Cavill could do, would support a Man of Steel 2. Yep. But they're going off of fucking movie reviews from 2013, a movie that came out and shook everything up and it changed everything, and people weren't fucking ready for Man of Steel.
Yep.
And now that the Zack Snyder's Justice League has come out, you can go back and right all of your wrongs. Like everyone's ready now to accept what could go future, what could come out of that darker kind of universe. Everyone's ready for it now, and now they're going. Now we're gonna stop because Blue Beetle.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I like Hammy a lot. I think that's his name, Blue Beetle. Hami. It's Jamie, but it's Hami or Hammy, however they say it, because he's got Spanish descent. I'm not exactly sure how to say it.
Jamie.
He's a cool character, but Jesus Christ, like Blue fucking Beetle, bro.
Yeah.
Beetleborgs, over Superman. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I swear to God, if the studio wasn't run by fucking Magoo, Mr. Magoo, they would be very well on the road to at least catching up to Marvel, and as far as like entertainment value goes with their characters.
Right.
It's just really sad, man. And it's funny. They won't admit that the Zack Snyder Justice League movie was good because they refused to release real numbers, and I still believe that 100%.
Oh yeah,
they've not given you any.
Dude, I believe it.
Yeah, they're not giving us any kind of real details on that because again, if they admit that, they admit that they're fucking douchebags and they were wrong and they had a anal bead firmly planted up their asshole so far that they tasted it for a month when they made the decision to let Joss Whedon bastardize that script.
Yeah,
they won't release it, but again, they have a golden opportunity to fix themselves and they just refuse to do it. It really sucks, man. And I think that the fans are the ones that suffer.
And it gets even.
And
worse.
Again, and Michael B. Jordan be fine if he were cast and he was going to be Superman. I'd be okay, fine, whatever. I don't care. And it's not. I don't care if he's a black Superman or what. The point being is that you got these properties that you just refuse to do anything with, and you keep on letting them rot in the dirt. Yeah. I mean, because I think the next time Henry Cavill is going to appear as Superman is I think he's got a cameo possibly in Black Adam, and that might be it.
Yeah, it's insane to have that actor who wants to be in a movie and you're not going to do anything with it. But Ethan Taylor said, "Thank you, buddy." I just read that. What am I doing?
When Gary Catlow says make Blue Beetle like Guyver, dude, that would be fucking awesome. I love Guyver.
I'm for a fucking Blue Beetle movie. I'm just saying, if you're gonna go, we're not gonna do any of this awesome shit. Like, there's a table with the Snyderverse on it, with Man of Steel 2 on it, with all this amazing shit that you've been begging people to accept, and now they've accepted it since Zack Snyder's Justice League, and it's all sitting there. And I just feel like they walked in and went and swiped the entire table away and just put a little figurine of Blue Beetle, and they're like, "This is what we're going with."
Yeah, it's the difference between like, "Hey, do you want this delicious bowl of Fruity Pebbles cereal?" I'm like, "Nah, bro, I want that Save-A-Lot Fruity Diamonds."
Yeah, I'll have a.
Can I have that? Can I have that Fruity Diamonds that tastes like little cardboard sprinkles?
I'm good. I'll have a Triscuit cracker.
Yeah.
Anthony Stamp said Snake Plissken versus Solid Snake and the Ghostbusters versus Nemesis. Who do you think would win? Snake Plissken versus Solid Snake. Is that from Metal Gear Solid?
Solid Snake is Metal Gear Solid.
Never played it. And Ghostbusters versus Nemesis. Definitely Ghostbusters. Fuck up Nemesis. Even though Nemesis was badass, that was a great game on PlayStation when it came out. And then I don't know who Solid Snake is, so I'll say Snake Plissken.
Yeah. That's a good one. Solid Snake and Snake Plissken. I'm gonna give it to Snake Plissken. I think he's seen some shit. I think he can actually hold his own. I think that he's got the training to beat him. It'd be a great fight though, because they both are pretty good at espionage and they're both hand-to-hand combatants. So I think that'll be a great fight. But I think that Snake Plissken pulls it out. Think about Ghostbusters and Nemesis is the thing of like if they're shooting him with like goddamn ray guns, right? You know, the proton guns. It would it's like Venkman. He's like, next time you won't mess with somebody with a. It's like, next time you won't mess with somebody with a positron collider, huh? Like, it'll literally disintegrate him. Like, it literally, and if they cross the streams, imagine all life as you know it, and every molecule of your body exploding at the speed of light. So that's bad. Like, it would kill him in a minute. So,
I beat that motherfucker on Christmas night when I got that game with, like, you know, a revolver with 6 bullets in it and like the special little herb plant. I think that the Ghostbusters could handle it, but he was scary when he
Nemesis was scary. The only thing about him, if he gets going, like, he runs like a fucking Mack truck. But I don't think the Ghostbusters would allow him. I mean, look, they took down a fucking Babylonian god. They took down Gozer. Yeah. I don't think it would be a match.
Great super chat, though, man. Thank you. Gary Catlow, thank you very much. Says, Mike, I just watched your all's RoboCop video, and I loved it. I laughed my ass out loud at the bitches leave part and that brunette when Bob dies. I'll just say watch In the Cold of Night. It's a sexy thriller like Basic Instinct. In the Cold of Night. Okay, I'll keep that on the radar. But by the way, there's a video coming out in the next week based on the RoboCop commentary. We got somebody who's going to put that together and put all the best moments of it and do a really cool video. So if you guys did not watch the RoboCop commentary, there's something really cool coming out that I think you guys will enjoy. But thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Goody! Flamethrower Fluff Salisbury. Hey, Salisbury. I thought Shaq was Black Superman. He even had the rims on his SUV. He does.
Hey, you know what? That's true. He was Steel.
Yeah,
you know, that was a terrible fucking movie. God damn, that was like watching like tires be made or something. Like, it was just boring as shit. But I mean, you know, at the same time, he did fit the part. But I mean, you can't really. I mean, it was all right. But I mean, I don't know, man. Steel, wasn't that a made-for-TV movie when it came out, like on TNT or some shit like that?
I don't even think TV, but I don't think it was big. Yeah.
It's like you like I don't know, man. That's like going back and saying Kazam is actually an unnoticed masterpiece. Kazam.
Yeah. But Shaq always went by Superman in real life too. But he's had 1,000.
Yeah, but dude, I mean, I like fucking Batman, but I mean, I'm not gonna try to pretend to be Bruce Wayne. Like, I'm not gonna be like, hey, you should cast me in the movie as Bruce Wayne. It'll be great.
Oh, come on, we do that when we go to karaoke all the time.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Yeah, honestly, would be. That's again another misstep by Warner Brothers, and maybe even Zack Snyder in that point with Batman versus Superman. You could have made like a 3-movie arc with Superman dying and then having the reign of Superman, and that's where you get Steel. That's where you get the other Superman, Superboy.
That'd have been amazing.
That'd been great. Yeah, but anyway.
Mark Hornick, hey buddy. He says, hey, Mike and Jay and the Wham family, just got off from work. Split shifting sucks. I'll be listening on my long drive home. Have a great night. I love this channel family. Mark is a hardworking motherfucker.
Mark's a great guy.
He's a beautiful soul, too. We love you, Mark. Thanks for listening, buddy. And I hope that your shift was smooth. And I hope that may your ride home be even smoother, sir.
You be careful out there, sir. Logan Skir says, "Are you the keymaster?" No, but I'm a friend of his. He said to wait here.
Daniel Marquise, thank you very much, man. Appreciate that. He says, "Thank you, Mike and Jay, for your hard work, knowledge, and sense of humor. All of the above make your channel solid. You rock. Your Michael and Loomis sketches make me laugh." What a sweet thing to say,
thanks,
Daniel.
Man.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
We try our best. We're just happy that anyone gives a flying fuck what 2 assholes in Kentucky think about anything. And appreciate you, man. You guys keep the channel going with your awesomeness.
Otherwise, me and Mike would just be outside of Speedway like we always used to be, drinking Yoo-hoo, talking about movies.
Noits. Motherfucker.
That's all we did.
Big Bobber says, by now, half the entire world has seen Snyder's cut. Exactly. That sounded dirty. But exactly, dude. Exactly. And that leads us into our next story here. Continuing the Warner Brothers train for a minute. Warner Brothers today, and I don't think this is as bad, honestly. And you know us, we've ranted on this whole their refusal to restore the Snyder Cut. We've ranted on their refusal to release the fucking numbers on HBO Max. But at the same time, that being said, I think this one's a little bit of a non-story, but people are getting pissed. And the comments, if you go read them, are hilarious. Warner Brothers today released on their YouTube channel a 4K trailer of Joss Whedon's Justice League.
He tried to blind this lady? Jesus Christ. Because I know you boys like my sloppy joes. Lady, you're scaring us.
They posted that shit on their YouTube channel, which again, I imagine it's just something they're going back through and they're making 4K cuts of their trailers and they're putting them up. It's a non-issue really, but it is fucking hilarious that they had the balls to do it. They posted a 4K trailer for Joss Whedon's Justice League.
That's like them posting a picture of someone taking a big massive dump. Like with their turd like snaking around the toilet in 4K, and like, hey, look at this fucking picture of this turd, isn't it great? Like, but this again proves the point that they are so desperate for Zack Snyder to fail, and they are so desperate to make them look right and everyone wrong that they would post some shit like that. Again, it is hilarious that they invite this own voodoo bad shit like taste in fans' mouth. They do it themselves. They literally do it themselves. Like, why would you post that? You know what? When Zack Snyder's Justice League was announced, I went on Amazon immediately trying to look for the 4K because I want to buy it. Like, I want to buy the special edition. I want to have the whole thing. I want to behind the scenes. I want to see when Zack Snyder gets his cup of coffee in the morning and what that's like. I want all those bonus features. I don't give a shit. And I was already on Amazon looking for it. I wouldn't pay a fucking -5 peso for fucking the Whedon cut. Are you shitting my pants?
Yeah, and they just called it Justice League, but it was a trailer for
Whedon. They did come out and they did say that no matter what, that Joss Shitton's Justice League is canon.
Right.
Even Zack Snyder, he's like, well, that's they're the ones that said it.
Look, man, I know that we've talked a lot of shit about Warner Brothers, and honestly, I believe that that's actually maybe a reason why we didn't get a Mortal Kombat screener, but that's neither here nor there.
Did Warner Brothers make that?
HBO Max did. Yeah, Warner Brothers.
HBO Max did, so, we should have been quiet for a little bit.
We'll see what happens with The Conjuring. We'll know what it is
shit.
for sure. But, dude, like, it's just a sign. Like, I don't care. It doesn't mean anything. They just put it up there, and they may have even had a contractual obligation to do so. I don't know. But it just shows how stupid, like how blind they are. Like, what did you think was going to happen? And let me look it up here. Let's take a look at what this trailer has as regards to likes and dislikes. Actually, you know what'll make it fun?
Does it have an added scene that makes the movie good? Oh no,
yeah,
it
it's
doesn't.
called the Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah. Zack Snyder walks through it, and makes the whole movie better. Yeah.
This will be funny. 7 hours ago. Okay, let me turn on my so you guys can see this too. We'll do it together. 7 hours ago, Justice League 4K trailer, 56,000 views. Right.
Mm-hmm.
693 likes, dude. 8.1 thousand dislikes.
It's a hell of a number there, Jed.
693 likes, 8.1 thousand dislikes.
Remember, Warner Brothers, less is more.
Oh, it looks like someone on my computer got on here and did. Oh, I'll take that off. Sorry, that wasn't me. That wasn't that. I didn't.
Dude, I was gonna fucking put the dislike. No, I can't even do it because they'll know it's one of us.
Look at the comments, dude. The comments are even better. A-List Production says, "Are you guys blind, deaf, all of the above? No one wants to remember this garbage."
Dude, the comments are the best part when you see a video with the disparity between likes and dislikes. You know the thing, I'm actually surprised they haven't gone through and started deleting the negative comments or disabled the comment section or the like dislike ratio. I'm seen
shocked.
worse. I've seen worse, but that tells you something right there. Nobody wants to see that fucking skid mark. Like they don't want to see that shit.
Go through a couple of these. The fact that they are releasing this in 4K just shows that Warner Brothers really doesn't care about what the fans want, in my opinion, at least. True. Ladies and gentlemen, we found a new definition of bruh moment.
Oh yeah, that one guy that got convicted in the court, he's like, bruh. And like bruh. He passes out.
Oh shit. I'm sure there's some fucking. Is this an overdue April Fool's joke? It's like they're rubbing salt to our wounds. Let me remind you that you need us. I will find him.
He's like, hey, AJ, did you hear that Joss? Well, you got that thing on.
What?
No, you got the thing on, so I can't show it, but.
Oh, well, here. Look.
No, it doesn't matter. I'll go through the chat log because the comments are some of the best. Like it's pure fucking comedy.
Yeah, no, that's what I was reading. I was going through the chat. It's fucking hilarious, man. Like that they're that blind. And again, 8.1 thousand dislikes versus not even 1,000.
It's gonna go up.
Like this trailer.
And it's going to go up. The dislikes are going to keep on climbing like your chlamydia, Warner Brothers. It's just going to keep on giving you symptoms.
At least 300 of those people thought this was a trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I'm going to willing to say even like 393 people like this. Probably 200 of them are Josh Whedon fans, Marvel fans. Only
I feel like Warner Brothers is being run by the Kingpin, Evil Lynn, and Lex Luthor. Like, I think that all three of them, I know that they're both like, Kingpin is Marvel. I just feel like those kind of people run, that they're at the top of Warner Brothers. Like, you will like what I give you. You ready?
Take this golden nugget from me.
It's so insane. Like the way that these companies work like that, when it's so obvious that nobody wants that Joss Whedon fuck. By the way, he's already got a terrible reputation floating around out there now where people are coming forward about, how he is on set and what he's like in real life and all that stuff.
True.
Why the fuck are you backing this guy? If anything else, you should be like Hawkeye shooting an arrow to the fucking sun away from him.
They're doubling the fuck down. They're like, hey, Josh Whedon's own ex-wife says he's a piece of shit. This guy says he's a piece of shit. This story came out, he's a piece of shit. You know what we should do? We should keep supporting his fucking movie. It's so stupid.
These motherfuckers literally need to run away as fast as Marilyn Manson's career from this dude, Joss Whedon. Which, by the way, Marilyn Manson, apparently that shit's like actually legit. Like some of the nasty shit he's been doing. I've actually been following up on that. Did you hear about that? Like that stuff actually is.
Yeah, we talked about that. Like
I know. I'm just saying, like but I thought it was kind of whatever. But no. Yeah. Warner Brothers is just, dude. What a cockroach. And the fact that if I were looking up something, the official Warner Brothers YouTube channel, and I come across it and I see Joss Whedon, this is like this dude. Look.
You've done what? You there?
How come your culture but not me?
That's Zack Snyder right now. How come you
if I was just scrolling through YouTube and I saw they released Joss Whedon on 4K on Justice League, I'm like, yeah, dude. I really wish that we never found these zoom buttons because they're so good to add
Shit.
emphasis on point. But yeah, dude, Warner Brothers, like they're one of the worst companies as far as like what they've got with their properties, and they just keep on mishandling it over and over and over and over again. And
Yeah.
you know, I know that people keep on saying restore the Snyder universe and the Snyderverse, but I unfortunately running by, you know, these guys that run it, it'll never happen unless, I don't know, Bob
Hope it
Iger
does,
steps
but-
down and other people.
Speaking of which, though, that brings us to our final Warner Brothers news story of the day. Does it seem unlikely that it'll happen? Yes. Is there a tiny fart wind of hope right now? Yes. And let me show you what it is. It is this. On October the 16th, 2021, DC Comics is going to have the Apple.
They're gonna have the Apple story.
The epic global event is back. Return to DC Fandom 10/16/21. On 10/16/21, DC.
Who gives a shit?
They are doing a remember when you and I sat down and we spent that entire Saturday. We set up the whole living room.
That was
we
fun.
sat around. Yeah, we waited. We watched live, and we did reactions to the Batman trailer, to Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer. They're doing it again on October the 16th, 2021. What do you think, man? Do you think there's a hot chili dog fart in Texas that maybe, just maybe, they'll use this event as a catalyst to announce that they are, in fact, going to restore the Snyderverse?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, is there a hot fart chance in Texas, chili dog style, that it's possible? Yes, but do I think it's more likely that you'll say that Chernobyl never happened? More likely.
Probably.
Warner Brothers are fucking, dude. They're
Yeah.
idiots. I almost said something I shouldn't say, but yeah, they're no. Because the restore the Snyderverse, I feel like they could have already done that. I feel like they could have at least teased it. The fact that Zack Snyder himself is fighting for the Snyderverse on Twitter now, no, it's not good. Now, is there a possibility they may later on announce something with HBO Max? Maybe, possibly, but I don't think they're going to do it. Their event is going to be more pushing their bullshit, like Blue Beetle and, you know, Killer Clowns from Butthole Space.
But
I like that movie, but that's not Warner Brothers. But I'm just saying that, you know, it'll be their time to announce shitty projects that nobody gives a shit about.
They did use the last one to push Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's all I'm saying.
They did, but that was after Zack Snyder announced it on his own stream.
Well, they didn't announce it. But
and by the way, they didn't do any fucking advertisements for it at all, like zero.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's highly unlikely. It's highly unlikely. I'm holding on to, you know, what Superman's S stands for here, and I'm really hoping that maybe, just maybe, because what do they got coming up? Okay, there's Black Adam. There's going to be something for Black Adam, sure. There's going to be something for I can't think straight with my hat on. There's going to be something for the Flash. There'll definitely be something for the Flash.
I'm
There'll
excited
be a
about
panel
that.
on
Yeah.
There'll be something for, you know, the animated films, all that stuff. But if they really wanted to make a huge fucking dent, and maybe they'll do a new Batman trailer, which will be cool in itself. But if they really, dude, it would like. Okay, so let's imagine this. If they decided in the past 2 weeks, if they got in a room with HBO Max, who, by the way, the HBO Max people are the ones who, it seems like, are pulling for a Snyderverse, and it's the Warner Brothers people who are not. But if they got in a room over these past 2 weeks and they decide, look, we're fucking doing it. We're restoring the Snyderverse. We're going to do a Batman show, a Ben Affleck Batman show, or we're going to do Justice League 2, whatever we're going to do, we're going to do it. And if they did come to an agreement, then, I mean, obviously, they would hold on to it for right now. They wouldn't just come out with it. They would save it for this. So the only hope I have is that if an agreement was come to in the past couple weeks, they know they've got this coming up anyways. Why would they say it now and spill the beans? Maybe in October, it could happen.
Well,
right?
I feel like I know there's no God up there, JP. There's no God up there. Why do you say that? You don't say that.
You say it.
I like that you're holding out hope. He's like, that's God's thumbnail when you look up at the moon when it's crescent. But that's not true at all. That's actually God saying fuck you, because it's not going to happen. Here's the thing about the Warner Brothers bullshit executive team. They won't even release real numbers, like we mentioned 300,000 502 times tonight of the numbers for Justice League Snyder Cut. So if they're not even going to do that, and they're going to say Wonder Woman 2 in Mortal Kombat was the highest rated shows on HBO Max. They're not, dude, I'm telling you right now, like they don't want it. They're not even interested in doing it. HBO Max would, yeah, absolutely. They want that platform. They were like, hey man, let Zack Snyder bring his vision over to us and we'll put it on HBO Max exclusively. And you guys can run with your own story. Yeah, they're not interested, man, because that, you know what happens if they do that? If they allowed HBO Max to run with that idea, all right, just imagine. It'd be cool as shit, but just imagine. They allow Zack Snyder to continue his Snyderverse on HBO Max. He makes them exclusive for HBO Max. Then DC is making theatrical releases of their canonized version of the DCEU. And everybody doesn't give a shit what you're doing over here, flying your dumb ass kite. They want to go watch the rock and roll concert, which is the Zack Snyderverse on HBO Max. They'll compete with themselves. It's like a Chick-fil-A opening up 5 miles down the road with or something.
I see exactly what you're saying, but if you spaced them out in the right ways, you really wouldn't be competing with yourself. As long as you don't have an HBO Max Zack Snyder presentation airing on HBO Max the same month even that Black Adam or something's coming out, then I don't think you're competing with yourself.
Yeah, but the fact is they would almost be saying, well, because dude, if the ratings are higher on Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb,
hey, just don't release them again. You'll be fine. Right?
No, I mean they don't want to do that at all because that also gives over power to Zack Snyder. I'm like, oh yeah, we were wrong. If every fucking movie they release, like if they release their Wonder Woman 3, Shazam 2, which is still going to be, I mean, they're still going to be good movies. Yeah. But if those were not performing on the level, because, okay, imagine this. Even if they waited 3 months in between the releases, if they came out with Black Adam, and Black Adam was going to be a big ass movie, right, with The Rock, and they came out with that, and it did really well in the theaters, but then Zack Snyder's Justice League Part 2 came out where it was taking place with Jared Leto in that apocalyptic world. Yeah, it would blow the fuck out of whatever they released. It's just, Black Adam. The numbers, it would be ridiculous.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop talking though, because you're giving them more reasons not to do the Snyderverse.
These fucking Mr. Burns assholes from The Simpsons who run Warner Brothers have already thought of it. This is excellent. They don't care.
Good reasons, but no, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I think there's, like I said, it's a windy day, and you let out a tiny little fart, and the chances that a guy in Texas will smell it is about the odds that we have for this event having some sort of announcement of the restoring the Snyderverse. But I'm just a girl standing in front of a man asking him if it's okay to dream, Jay.
You can dream all you want, bitch, but sometimes you got to stuff your vagina with a tampon because you're on your period.
I am not.
I bet you are. I'll bet you are, because you wouldn't be this emotional. No, yeah,
I'm cramping.
I'm not saying that I'm not. I hope something really cool happens from it. I'll still watch it, and I hope it'll be awesome. But yeah, I have no hopes for the Zack Snyder anything continuing from it'll take a miracle from God.
Well, now that you've disappointed everyone, do you want to go take a pee-pee?
Yeah, I do. That's exactly what I do. That's exactly what I feel like we just had sex. I disappointed everybody, and now I'm gonna take a pee-pee and smoke.
All right. When we get back from taking a break, we're gonna take turns taking a break. But when we get back, actually, we'll just do it at the same time. Save you guys some time. I'll go ahead and throw this break video up. And when we come back, we've got news on the Meg. We've got news. We're gonna talk about whether or not Ryan Reynolds should actually play Johnny Cage, and he even hinted at it himself. And then we'll end the show with a tiny little bit of what I like to call Halloween Kills news. So we'll talk about all those things in the bed sack together in a few minutes. We'll be right back, you sexy sons of bitches. I hope you goddamn eat some seafood this week, because you deserve it.
Eat some spaghetti.
Yeah. Brandon Mitchell, before he goes, says, been watching you guys for a long time. Great work. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate that.
Hey, thanks, man.
I'm sorry that you had to see us. I'm sorry that we've poisoned your
By the way, I will really quick, even though I gave you bad news, JT Castle says #restored the Snyderverse. Keep it going, man. Put the pressure on those motherfuckers.
Hell yeah.
Back them into a corner.
I want it, so you give it. Marco Viva Toro says, if we get a surprise Man of Steel 2 trailer, dude,
my God, dude.
God.
I swear to God, I'll dress up as Henry Cavill and do that scene where he flies again, and I'll jump off my roof.
And then finally, Troy Grubb says, WB keeps all these properties on the bench. Doesn't make sense to me. Buddy, I am looking forward to the NFL draft tomorrow, and did Jay get an opportunity to see the Piper documentary on A&E? Love the show.
No, I didn't know they made one. I'm going to watch that, though. Yeah, Roddy Piper. Dude, Piper... Dude, that guy was versatile as fuck, dude. That guy could not only be an awesome heel in wrestling, he's an amazing actor too.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. Love you, Troy. Appreciate it, buddy. Guys, we'll be right back with the Halloween Kills news and the Johnny Cage talk and the Megan. We'll be right back.
I'll see you real soon.
That Christmas tree, oh what a sight. This is Michael Myers, this is Jason Myers. Go fucking kill Laurie. Quiet, listen. Death is in the ass shaft! It's time to pay, Mac! It's time to fucking pay. It's time to stop now, Mac.
My name is Dave, and I've been standing here for 5 minutes. Will you please check me out?
Fuck! God damn it! You guys ever had to ice your balls because you've been doing it so much? That's how I feel right now. Never happens to me.
You know what? Forget it. I'm out of here.
Now I am the master. Bruce Leroy. Oh shit,
Dude, that was fucking. You thought the first. This one. That was fucking better than.
You know what?
Yes.
In the Godzilla trailer, when Godzilla breathes out blue fire, like that's how I feel right now. And then when
out of his dick,
Tywin Lannister's like,
yeah,
long live the king. Oh my fuck.
Yeah, I felt like I just got shot while I was on the toilet, so that was a good reference. It was kind of perfect. Yeah. It was kind of fucking perfect.
It's like if WCW was bringing back Monday Nitro.
I feel like I'm watching Monday Nitro.
It was so fucking.
And Sting is in the goddamn Raptors.
He's gonna take down the Outsiders.
Dang it, what the hell is wrong with you boys? I've asked you 4 times to find me a damn copy of Ice Age 11 for my daughter. Now tell me, who the hell do you think you are?
I'm Jay.
I'm Mike.
We're like fucking Iron Man, Deadpool, and some George Carlin all thrown in there, but not as talented.
We're that dude out in the streets with the gold watches. We're always on the corner trying to hawk some shit.
Yeah, we're like the guys that like bounce the sign up and down from Little Caesars. Like, come on and get that $5. $5 pizza.
We always got hot and readies for you.
You fucks!
Daddy! Don't worry, sweetie. You two shitheads ain't heard the last of me.
Whoa! Holy shit, dude. They're overcompensating like a motherfucker. I love it. I feel like CC. Finally, it has happened to me right in front of my face, and I just can't deny it. Hey, what are you doing? You didn't do any hard work today. You sat in your room. What the fuck is that mask? You look like Robert Pattinson. You disgusting Nazi boy. The haircut looks great. Why don't you go back to San Francisco? What the fuck? You gonna kiss me or kill me? Yeah, you don't know. That's what I'm saying.
That's creepy.
Oh, I like it though. Somebody's on their period. And by the way, that guy had a shriveled ass arm, and he reminded me of the dude from Scary Movie 2. He's like, stop the shit out of it! Take my strong hand, child!
Shut up! So everybody made fun of him because he came out butt first.
Well, I mean, why not?
You never go ass to mouth.
He was born in prison. It's like he was already used to the atmosphere.
You stupid.
Last week, Kyle quit the band. Now we're back together again. La 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 la. Oh, sorry.
Wait, video!
God. Just take a look. It's in a book. Dark faded shit.
And I'm not hooked.
Oh my God, dude. Dark fucking shit fate.
Yeah. Not good.
What happened here?
Bad. They basically just...
You can't, because if you do, if
It's
you go
just
too,
that-
you can't.
They erased the masterpiece and then drew over it in fucking crayon.
Call to John now.
Basically.
Call to John now. I know this hurts. What the fuck is this goddamn Michael Landon bullshit? That doesn't make any sense at all. Like, oh my God. It's like short circuit if the motherfucker started a family. Get it?
So you do have the new Jumanji movie, or you don't have it, or what? I've been standing here for 5 minutes.
You goddamn French people! I swear to God, you're so sexual. Look at it.
Okay, you know what? I'll just rent it online. Thanks, guys.
Oh man,
You look like fucking Rob Thomas from fucking Matchbox 20.
like I said, sexy.
That's not really.
It's 3 a.m. I must be lonely.
Oh,
Bam, bam.
looking for my neck.
He back. Hey. You're muted.
Were you waiting long, babe?
No, I'm good, honey. I want to do the.
I don't want to keep my girl waiting.
Oh shit. Okay, guys. Thanks for allowing us a pee break. We're in the final part of the show now. We got some fun stuff to talk about. 2 quick stories, and then we'll get into the fun Halloween kill stuff. The Meg. You saw the Meg, didn't you? Did you ever see that?
Yeah, we watched it. I think we went to the theater and watched that.
Oh yeah, that's right. We reviewed that. It was okay, right? It was, it was a little shark movie with some shit in it.
I mean, but the news that you're going to bring up, I'm like, really?
Yeah, is it necessary?
I was like, I don't know about all that.
Is it necessary? I don't know. I don't know if it's necessary. They're doing a Meg 2, which I didn't know about until today, so this is interesting to me. But it's going to have Jason Statham in it again, and he says that the Meg sequel, the Meg sequel will start shooting next year after all the coronavirus stuff. He says, we're going to start shooting in January if I get my dates right. Ben Wheatley is the director. I'm very excited to work with him. I'm thrilled to get it going. It's been a while. We've been waiting around for the right scripts to come in and the right director to turn up, and we've got all these things, and they're all stacked up now. Ben Wheatley is a guy who, that's him right there. He looks relatively scary in that particular picture. The only film of his I've ever seen is a movie called Kill List, which was one of Jay and I's first reviews on the channel. You remember that?
No.
It was called
That's a lot of fucking alcohol to go back through and try to remember.
It was our first movie review that we ever got massive fucking shit on. Remember them? It's about the 2 hitmen.
Well, that's probably why I blocked it out.
These 2 hitmen, they go into like a field and there's all these naked people in the field and they crawl through a tunnel and shit. And we reviewed it like in the first year of our channel and hated it and shit all over it and got so much fucking hate in the comments.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you don't
now I
know
kinda
about true
remember,
indie films and blah, 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 blah. But guy, like, that is the most surprising choice to direct a gigantic shark eating people movie I've ever heard in my life.
Look, here's the thing. I don't think I like the Meg that much. I got to be honest. I don't think I really gave a shit for it.
Never cared to watch it.
It was an average kind of flick that I saw, and I'm like, yeah. But it was like, I just watched Superbad, and the Michael Cera's character when the guy was offering him cocaine, when they're like, hey, you're that guy's brother, man. You can sing like great. He's like, hey, you want some cocaine, man? He's like, no way, man. That's how I would be in the boardroom meeting of like, hey, we should make a Meg sequel. The Meg sequel with Jason Statham. Was like, no way, man. No way. I gotta be like, I gotta take a nah, bro. That's a no for me. Look, and there's nothing. I love Jason Statham. I think he's a badass. He's cool as shit. He's cool. I do like him, but I feel like the Meg, like they tried so hard to bring like a Jaws type of thing back, and it's not working, bro. Like if I watched the Meg 2, I think Todd Theobald said it right. It was just kind of corny. And I like the Meg. I mean, it was a fun popcorn flick. I mean, that's the same thing I could say about Deep Blue Sea. I had fun watching them, but I don't give a fuck if they made a sequel or not. Like I just don't care.
It's like a Kong Godzilla movie that's got a little bit more comedy in it, but it also doesn't have the same level of awesome special effects. Couple cool scenes here and there, not a bad way to spend an hour and a half in an IMAX theater or something. But as far as needing to do a sequel, I could give a flying fuck less, to be honest with you. But I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe they've got this indie director doing it. It could change.
You don't talk about indie directors, Mike, because you don't know a goddamn thing about indie directors. You son of a fuck. I know. I don't either. Apparently, me and Mike are like so on the outs of indie directors, even though we like Drive a lot. Drive was an amazing fucking movie with Ryan Sexy Gosling. But yeah, I don't. Like the thing is, somebody we're gonna take my money. If I were a producer, and like, what are you gonna do with my money? They're like, we're gonna make the Megalodon 2, self-titled The Meg Part 2. I'm like, but why? I was like, I just gave you a lot of money, and you're gonna waste it on that. I feel like if you're gonna make the Meg Part 2, and it'd be great. I mean, have Jason Statham back, man, for sure, but make it like an Amazon Prime original or like a Netflix special or something. I don't know, like the waste the amount of money that's gonna cost to put it in the movie theaters.
And a lot with the special effects and shit.
Yeah, and I mean that like, dude, I saw some of them old like dinosaur books, and the Meg is scary as fuck. Like, it's scary, dude. But I never got the same sense of dread or the same sense of like claustrophobia, I guess they were going for when they put the Meg out. Like when you watch Jaws, like even though it's a dated kind of flick, it still puts the fear in you a little bit. It puts the fear of God right in your crack a little bit. But this one just didn't have the same kind of, I don't know, just the same kind of oomph.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm interested. Okay, since they brought in an indie horror director, and they're going with a sequel in the same cast, I am interested to see how it looks different, what they'll do different. It is kind of interesting, but yeah, at first thought, if I was in the studio and you're handing me scripts and you give me Meg 2, I go, oh, this is nice. I got no fucking interest at all, but we'll see what happens. But I just thought that was kind of interesting, funner to talk about. Let me get to these super chats real quick before we do it. Anthony Stamp says, okay, last one, Indiana Jones. Hey, you do it all you want to, honey. Thank you very much.
Do what you want to do.
Last one, Indiana Jones versus Lara Croft, and what do you think about the new Kong movie being called Son of Kong?
I don't know.
I don't know. You got Kong versus Godzilla, and then you're gonna. It seems like Son of Kong should have came out like 3 movies ago. You know.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of that title, Son of Kong. I'm not really into that.
Yeah, you promise a girl Kong, and then when you get her back to the apartment, you go, "Oh no, sorry, you misheard me. This is Son of Kong. He's smaller."
I'm not really all my dad was cracked up to be, but I'll do my best. I'm not really into that at all. Like it kind of feels like a cheap ass. Yeah, it kind of feels the same way like when they explained Emperor Palpatine coming back in Rise of Skywalker. It's like, yeah, he just came back, and they're like, but how? He's like, he's just there. I don't like, and the fact that I got to think about a big giant fucking monkey fucking to create that thing. Who'd he fuck? Was it that girl? Like, what kind of nastiness occurred?
I want a silent film full of nothing but what's going on with the monsters. Like they're fucking, they're fighting, no words.
Not the girl that was doing the sign language, but the one that was her mother or whatever. Like that girl. Like I was like, I don't know. The Son of Dong Kong. I think it's stupid.
Son of Dong Kong.
I just think is it going to be Donkey Kong 64? I don't know. Is he going to throw barrels and shit? Diddy Kong. But no. Yeah, and then as far as like Lara Croft versus Indiana Jones, I think Lara Croft's a badass and she is awesome. I think a better matchup would be Lara Croft versus Nathan Drake, but I'm gonna take Indy because I love Indy, man. I think Indy can survive. I mean, if you can survive your fucking heart from getting ripped out in Temple of Doom, you can take on the Raiders of the Lost Ark and survive the Nazis attempting to steal the treasures from the biblical age. Yeah. You can do whatever you want.
I'm gonna take Indy. I just got better movies.
Well, I just think Indiana Jones overall is just he's more resource. I think he could just do it. Like, and he's got a whip. He's got a fucking whip. I don't know. I take Indy
as well. But it'd be a hot battle. Underwood 91, thank you very much. Says, hey, Michael J, been listening with the channel every day since 2017. Nice, man. Thank you. Been best channel on YouTube. That's arguable. Love the channel. Love you guys. Love the Wham family. Get some goddamn Wham up in you. Thanks, buddy.
There you go. That's how you get it. Thank you so much.
Love you too, man. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Gary Catlow says, just found out why the ice cream is always broken at McDonald's, because the company that makes the machine designs it to break, so the staff keep paying them to fix it, and the McD's bosses help them get away with it. That was a weird, strange, like conspiracy theory they went into there. Actually, Gary, I think that that's a very good question because I mean we all know that almost any time you go to McDonald's and you ask for a fucking McFlurry, they say
What was
it's
the question?
McFucked.
Why is it always broke?
Yeah, well, she's saying it's always broke because the company makes it broke, so McDonald's has to pay to fix it. But we all know if you go to McDonald's and you ask for a fucking McFlurry, it's McFuck. The thing never works. They're like, but honestly, I think it's way less conspiratorial than that. I think it's very simple. The workers who work there are fucking stoned off their mind. Good for them, by the way. And they don't want to fucking make you an ice cream, so they're just like, machine's broken. And then no, you'll fucking buy it because you always buy it. Because what are you gonna do? You're gonna be a dick and argue with somebody in McDonald's drive-through? Not this.
You know,
guy.
McDonald's doesn't give a shit. They're like, McDonald's is like a Russian guy that took you hostage. He's like, you want a hamburger or no? You don't get ice cream.
You get no ice cream. You
It's
get
like,
vodka.
but you got McFlurry on the meal. It's like, I don't care what it say. You got the McDonald's hamburger or you get McDonald's French fry, maybe chicken nugget with sauce. Shut up.
It's not
Like-
real chicken, by the way.
Yeah,
but
you're never
I
gonna
don't
go
give a fuck.
nowhere in the history of the world. If you go to a McDonald's and they say, and you're like, hey, can I get that fucking McFlurry? They're gonna be like, absolutely, sir. Here's your total. It'll never have like, actually, our ice cream machine is down, so like, if you could order something else, that'd be great.
Yeah, they don't want to fucking clean that
Sounds
thing
like
started up.
they sound like goddamn Winnie the Pooh, that donkey
Yeah.
that was always depressed. Like, all right, this is the part where you make fun of me.
And you know what?
Igor?
Don't argue with them. If they tell you the machine's broke, you say, I respect your lie, sir, because that's a fucking hard job you're doing, and you're getting paid.
I don't want to do it.
Dog
I mean,
shit for it.
If I were at McDonald's
it.
and they were like, "Hey, make me a McFlurry," it's like, "Fuck you, bitch." I was like, "This is a home of Big Macs and regular cheeseburgers."
Yeah, you
like,
should
if
agree
you
with them.
want,
Be like, you know what? Solidarity, man. Fuck this job.
it's like
I know the ice cream machine works, but you don't want to clean it.
go to a fast
Thanks.
food place with the literal name dairy in their title, Dairy
Yeah.
Queen. They
Yeah.
literally serve dairy.
Yeah, this isn't an ice cream fucking shop, bitch. That'd be
McMackies
fun.
serve McMackles.
Imagine if you pulled up to a drive-through like, hey, can I get a McFlurry? And they're like, this ain't no ice cream shop, bitch. I'm like, I'm sorry. Can I have some nuggets?
Hey,
Like,
I was
yeah,
wondering
yes, nuggets.
when you pulled into my parking lot and you pulled up to the drive-through. I'm just curious. Are you a little bit blind or nearsighted? Like, no. That's weird because did it say Baskin 31 on the fucking menu, or did it say Baskin 31 on the big illuminated sign? No, it was a big M. You're a dumb
dude.
shit.
That's
yeah,
a skit we should do. We should do Loomis Works the McDonald's drive-through.
You
That
know what?
would be funny
You want
as
a
fuck.
McFly? How about I give you advice? Get the fuck out of my McDrive-through. Okay, go make your own goddamn ice cream. You can go down to Walmart right now and get yourself some hazelnut, goddamn cream nut vanilla ice cream.
Probably
If,
half
you
the
get,
price,
if
too.
I give you ice cream, you know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be a nice ice cream slap to the face. Shut up! I'll make a burger for you.
Well, it's like Burger King. Burger King did this whole big announcement, and they're like, you can get burgers in the morning, burgers for breakfast, burgers at supper time.
Did they
You can
do
go
that?
Yeah, they fucking lied about it, though. Burger King's like, you can get a Whopper at fucking 9 a.m. We're serving hamburgers all goddamn day in this bitch. You
God,
come
we're
to
such
Burger
fat
King,
kids.
I don't care what time it is, you get a fucking flame broiled treat. But I'll tell you this, Jay, I've been there 5 goddamn times in the
Yeah.
morning and been like,
I
your
was gonna
breakfast
say,
fucking
dude,
blows.
I actually got excited when you mentioned that, dude. I was like, this
Yeah.
is like we're such fat kids. Like they got burgers in the morning. Holy
No, it's-
shit!
It's a fucking lie, dude.
What do they got?
It's a fucking lie. You could just order a fucking Whopper in the morning.
No, but they
That's-
don't
that's
have
the
that.
lie,
Though?
though.
You can't order a Whopper. in the
No,
morning?
I've been there 5 goddamn times, and every single time they go, we don't do that. We don't do that. I was like, what? You said it's
Well,
like, I'm
according
looking
to
at a
your
sign on the
fucking
fucking wall.
advertisement.
Yeah, and like, yeah, it's all over the place. Like, get your Whopper. It's on the
In
fucking
5,
breakfast.
dude, in 5 years,
No.
we're gonna walk in. We're gonna have like big old fucking man titties and barely be able to walk because we're so fat. And we're gonna walk up to the sliding door that's not working at Burger King and like kid on it with our walkers and be like, "You said on the advertisements, Whoppers in the morning."
That's what I'm saying. I never argue with the fast food people. Like, hey, why don't you go fuck yourself before I, come in your burger? I'm like, all right, I'll shut up. But
Hey man, yeah, you don't mess with nobody that makes your food. By the
no.
way, speaking of which, I don't know what's more embarrassing, like the fact that Mike and I used to shoot in the morning really early, so like 9 or 10 or whatever, and I go get beer, and that's really embarrassing when you go at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning to get yourself some beer, because you're instantly getting judged, right? They're like, oh, damn, like, you need help, brother. Have you thought about Jesus Christ? Like it's just like this immediate, like they're like, oh, you having a party tonight? Like, no, I'm having a party right now. Shut up. Yeah, I work third shift. Do you not know?
I
But
did
I
at
don't-
the time work third shift too, so
Yeah, I
that's
know,
why we
but
shot in the morning.
But that's the excuse you're going to use. I don't know what's more embarrassing, doing that or going at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning and asking for a fat boy. Or I think I don't know if I froze, but a fat boy fucking Whopper in the morning. Like 8:30 in the morning, you roll up and you're like, y'all, they're like, hey sir, welcome to Burger King. What can I do for you? He's like, so can I get like a Whopper with a large order of fries? And you know this is what they look like too. They're like this. They grab the mic. They're like, oh my god, this fat fuck is in the drive. He's in the drive.
Hey, a Whopper's no fatter at 9 a.m. than a fucking croissant witch.
He's probably a weed person or a or a drunk asshole.
Sir, have you been smoking the reefer?
Yeah.
No. Every single time I still to this day I've never had a Whopper in the morning because when you pull up, if they do have it, the best they'll do, they go, you're gonna have to wait about 20 minutes. You sure you want to do that, bro? And I'm like,
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, it's so disappointing. It's like, you can just hear the
biscuit.
I can only imagine how terrible it is to be a drive-through worker like that, because in the morning the last thing you're thinking of, because you come in the morning shift, you're thinking like you're gonna make some eggs, some pancakes, put some biscuit and gravy or whatever, and then this fat fucking asshole comes up there and says, hey, can you make me a Whopper with everything on it and some french fries? And you're like, son of a bitch.
They're like, I have to go into the lunch cooler for that, bro. I don't want to go in the lunch cooler. It's like 5 feet further than the breakfast cooler.
You know what it's like? It's like fucking Tommy Boy, dude. It was like, hey, I could go for some wings. He's like, are you sure the kitchen's closed? Let me check. Yep, it's closed. Like, yeah, I guess I'll just take a sugar packet or two. Yeah, dude, it's like, I don't know. It's cool. Like you can get it anytime, but I feel bad for those workers too. And I really don't want to put that stress on them. So if you're like, hey man, can I get a Whopper? And they're like, nah, bro, the kitchen's closed until lunch.
Deep down though, the Karen,
they're lying. They're lying. They just don't want to do it. I'm like, I'm not going to put any pressure on you. I guess I'll have a sugar packet or two.
Yeah. Like the deep down though, the Karen in me wants to be like, you can have it your way. Even mean anything to you? Does it even mean anything? But I'm like, okay, I'll just have a fucking hash brown, But anyways, I don't know what the fuck. We went on a tangent there. Gypsy Warrior says, whoa, he directed Free Fire. Count me in for sure. I didn't see that one, so maybe it's good. I don't know. But we'll see. I heard people liked it though. And then, you guys want a Whopper for breakfast? Brandon T, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that, man. It says, sup, sexy fuckers. Do you guys get horny? No, he didn't say do you guys get horny. Do you guys worry that if Halloween Kills is as great as it's being made out to be, Halloween Ends will fall short? Full frontal male nudity, absolute honesty. Yes, I'm worried about Halloween Ends.
I don't know, man. Like I think Halloween Kills, they are hyping it up to be like, it could fall flat. I mean, as far as Halloween Ends, because the Halloween Kills is being built up to be as amazing that it's going to be. Mm-hmm. But I look at it like this. I feel like if Halloween works the same magic that Star Wars, the original trilogy did. Star Wars A New Hope was amazing. It was awesome. I fucking loved it. Chewbacca didn't get a medal, and that's always been a contention point for me. But everybody else had a great time, and it was still a great moment at the end of the movie, and they could have ended it there. Halloween Kills is the equivalent to Empire Strikes Back. Arguably the best part of the entire trilogy, correct? And if you talk to a lot of fans, it is the best movie of the entire trilogy. Halloween Kills could be the best part of this trilogy. Halloween Ends would come in as Return of the Jedi or Return of the Butcher Knife. And it's not going to be as good as Empire Strikes Back or Halloween Kills, but it'll still be a solid ending to the trilogy. So it's weird because my favorite Star Wars movie is Return of the Jedi, even though that's the third act of the entire trilogy. And a lot of people say Empire was better than Return of the Jedi. I feel like Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends are going to be the same kind of divisiveness. A lot of people will be like, I think Halloween Ends was way better than Halloween Kills. So it's possible, but I don't think it's going to, I think Halloween Ends is, look, if anything else, Blumhouse has shown that they've got a good knack for how they're going to continue this story. And I think Halloween Ends will be fine. I think that Halloween Kills might be the better of all three of them. And then Halloween Ends will be a good crescendo.
I think I see exactly what you're saying there, but I'm also thinking, you're thinking Empire. I'm thinking Nolan's trilogy. I'm thinking Dark Knight Rises. So
well, why don't you just go suck Bane's dick?
I will.
The dick rises.
We will need it. I will. But like Batman Begins comes out. It shocks the shit out of everybody. It's better than anybody thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It took a realist approach to Batman. people will disagree, but I think Halloween 2018 kind of did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Halloween Kills, when Dark Knight came out, Dark Knight blew everyone's fucking socks off. Nobody could believe how great that fucking movie was when it came out. It was a goddamn Godfather film dressed up as a Batman.
Except for me,
film.
I knew that Heath Ledger was going to be good based on his performance in 10 Things I Hate About You.
Fair enough. That was a great performance.
That was a great movie, but I didn't think so.
But at the same time, it blew everybody's socks off. Fucking, it was amazing. And I feel like Halloween Kills has that chance because of what we're hearing about it, what we have heard about it, what we know about the film, behind the scenes and in the news, all that shit. I think Halloween Kills is going to be fucking rager, dude. I think it's going to be awesome. I've been worried ever since I fucking, at the same exact time I got super fucking confident about how great Halloween Kills is going to be, I became worried about Halloween Ends. Because now look at The Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight surprises everybody. Everyone loves it. It's amazing. Dark Knight Rises comes out. Major fucking hype.
Yeah.
Biggest hype for any movie maybe I've ever been alive for, Dark Knight Rises. And then so much, even though it wasn't even a bad movie. It's not even a bad movie. It's not perfect, not a bad movie. But it's also not The Dark Knight. So there's a huge disappointment. And then you've got that expectation fucking drop off. And I am very, very fearful that Halloween Ends. I'm very confident in Halloween Kills. But I'm very worried because they've even mentioned Halloween Ends is not like Kills. Halloween Kills is the fucking crazy one, and then Halloween Ends kind of sows the oats, the emotional stuff, all that stuff like that. I'm worried that A, people are going to expect Ends to be like Kills, and B, you've got a lot more at stake with Ends because you're ending it. You're finishing that trilogy. So the decisions you make are going to be picked apart, top to bottom, left and right. Not everybody's going to be happy with Ends. They might all be happy with Kills, but everybody's not going to be happy with Ends. Who dies, who lives, how it ends, how it wraps up.
Well, it depends on who they kill off, though, in Kills, and then who they kill off in Ends. Because if Kills kills off a particular character, that
they won't kill off Jamie Lee Curtis. They will not.
I don't know what we're going to have. But either way, I do know, it's weird, dude. Dark Knight Rises, I was never a huge fan of it when it first came out. I actually, me and Mike got into a fight. A verbal argument on the way back from the theater. Look, dude, I mean, you can have your opinion and I'll have my opinion. Like, it was kind of like that kind of thing. Yeah. I think that as time has gone on, it's gotten kinder to Dark Knight Rises, and people are going back and watching that movie and be like, dude, it's pretty fucking good. Yeah, well, the movie is actually rising up as far as like what people, they're like, you can't follow up a performance like Heath Ledger did in The Dark Knight. Like, The Dark Knight really was the one that set it apart, but that's also because Heath Ledger was such a monumental fucking actor in that. Like, he did a great job with the Joker, and he redefined that character for the movie. The Dark Knight Rises, following up anything as amazing as The Dark Knight was going to be hard. I guess it'll be the same way for Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. But I also feel like, I mean, we're comparing two massive trilogies to it. Like, you're comparing Star Wars trilogy and we're comparing the Nolan trilogy.
Which
those are
that big,
huge trilogies.
Yeah.
I think that, I don't know. I mean, as far as a horror trilogy goes, I think that Blumhouse has got their head screwed on pretty tight. There's probably going to be things, and they're not stupid. I mean, they understand that certain things are going to be badass in Halloween Kills, but I feel like they could also cut things out and make it more in Halloween Ends. They want people to go see the last movie of the trilogy for sure. So it could very well be Halloween Ends would be the one that everybody monumentally agrees is better than all of them.
Possible.
Because, I mean, it's happened before, like, not always, but the last, I mean, you don't really usually in a third movie in a trilogy say, oh, that's better than all of them, but it happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm confident though, man. Like, I feel like,
I think in 10 years, I'm confident we'll like all of them. But at first,
Yeah.
I'm just worried about the initial reception to Ends.
You know
is
what-
going to be rough.
you know what my dick gets a little hard for, dude, is imagine when they all come out. No, not even close though. I mean, when you use that KY jelly with the flavor on it,
I
but-
shampooed my hair today though.
I like it though. It smells like strawberries and cum. I do want it's the trilogy when it's all out on DVD and Blu-ray and we all get to sit down and watch them back to back to back.
Long game.
Yeah, that's going to be the best. I think that'll be the best part of it. But
yeah, good question, man. Brandon T says Slender Man versus Loomis. Here's how I think Slender Man versus Loomis would happen. I think Loomis would beat the fuck out of Slender Man for a long time. And then Slender Man at the very, because he's such a nice guy, he'll take it. But we all know Slender Man has powers. So at the last second, right before Loomis kills Slender Man, he'll finally get pissed off enough to do some bad juju to Loomis. Loomis will be on his deathbed. You'll think Slender Man's going to have it, but then Loomis will pull the rug out from underneath him and kill him. I take Loomis.
It's a tough one.
Our Slenderman and Loomis, not the world's.
Yeah, not the world's Loomis. It's, look, Slenderman, our Slenderman, he's so nice and happy all the time. It'd be hard to really bet that Dr. Loomis couldn't just hurt his feelings enough with screaming at him, like, you know, Sanford and Son, and make him like, well, if you don't want to act like a normal human, then me don't have nothing to talk to you, babe. I'm like, yeah, you have nothing to talk to me about because you're ugly as shit, because that's why you wear a mask. No, that's not why me wear a mask. It's me fault, idiot. But anyway, if you're just going to be like that, then me just going to uninvite you from any kind of party that me going to have, and me just going to walk away from you. You said me, I talk like you now. You know, that's how dumb you've made me. I hope you walk away and fall into traffic. That's not nice to say. Oh, Dr. Loomis. Me hope you get yourself back to school for some, like, I don't know, training on how to be a good human being. But I don't know. It'd be interesting to do. I think ultimately, Dr. Loomis might win, just because I think Dr. Loomis would hurt his feelings so bad that Slenderman would just go back into the woods and live there alone for a while.
That's a good point too. Gary Callis says there's a video on YouTube that goes in detail and they prove it. You should check it out. They are really corrupt. Talking about Warner Brothers, I'm guessing. I fucking believe it. Donald Marquis says, as Donald Pleasance fan, I hope I see him in the flashback series. I think they may go back and like cool. They may touch on, like, they may show an old scene of Loomis. Obviously, you're not going to get anything new. I don't want them to CGI him, and I don't think they will. Actually, I know for a fact, on good authority, that they will not be CGI Loomis at any point. But anyway, so yeah, that leads us perfectly into the Halloween Kills news that we're going to talk about. Just a small story here. And this is on the WeWatchMovie.com page, by the way. As you can see, the big wham there. You can get horror movie news there. Sometimes we write stuff and pull cool shit up on there.
Do you see it?
Check it out. Take it.
Do you see? I feel like Sam Neill in Event Horizon. Do you see? What the hell?
Let me show you how it's done here. But yeah, no. So Halloween Kills producer Ryan Freeman, not to be confused with Ryan Freeman or the other Freeman that did the other ones. This is a different Ryan Freeman. I think it is. That's weird that they have the same name. But no, a Halloween Kills producer has shown off a picture of a flashback sequence. It's not a spoiler. We all know at this point that there's going to be a flashback sequence in Halloween Kills. But he put it on his Instagram, a picture of the old station wagon from Halloween. Look at that shit right there.
There it is.
There it is. It looks good. It looks clean. It's got Michael took it to the fucking car wash.
Good old wax.
Nice wax on it. But yeah, I just posted that, and so that's just another touch of what we're gonna get with the flashback scene. But look behind it. Look behind this shit. You see that ambulance back there?
Yeah. Very
clearly, this is a flashback scene because that is not a 2021 ambulance. That is a 1978 fucking.
Yeah. You wonder, because I don't know, the flashback sequence. I feel like it's going to reveal, shit, what the fuck is his name? The sheriff from Halloween 2018 that died. What's his name? From Armageddon.
Sheriff Hawkins.
Sheriff Hawkins, yeah. I feel like you're going to see Sheriff Hawkins at like young, like 20-year-old or whatever, arresting Michael. That's probably parked across the street or something when they were busting the whole. Well, that's what I think. I mean, I don't know. I mean, because we don't know. I don't know shit. We don't know shit. But I'm just imagining like that car being across the street, Sheriff Hawkins being there as a young cadet, and then coming down and holding Laurie's hand or some shit like that. And you have that moment, and then maybe just for a second you see like the back trench coat of Loomis walking towards, or you see a young Sheriff Brackett or Sheriff. I don't know. It's going to be cool, and I can't wait for that. The flashback sequences are awesome. The weird thing is, I am a little shocked that they didn't do a Dr. Loomis character at all. Like, it's a little weird it's a little strange, because you would imagine that that's a perfect opportunity to add some more dialogue and history behind the character of Dr. Loomis.
Who's to say though? Like, they did the tape recorder. You remember the tape recorder in 2018 where he's like, "It has to die."
It was good. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, that was cool. Who's to say they don't do something like that? Maybe you hear him. Maybe, dude, how cool would it be? It's just a shot of the camera's panning around the house.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
what I imagine this flashback's going to do is going to take us back to the original 1978's Halloween. In the flashback sequence, what if you don't see Loomis? Because it would be kind of fucked up to see someone pretending to be Dr. Loomis, but if you just heard the voice like from the other side of the house, and he's like, you don't know what death is, or whatever he's saying. If there was any new dialogue and you had a guy who did the voice, maybe the guy from the last one coming to do it, that could be really fucking cool too.
I imagine what I would imagine is, because I don't think they're going to cast a guy that looks like Loomis or do an actual full frontal of Loomis. I think what they're going to have is you might see the back of Loomis with his trench coat, and he might be discussing something with the sheriff at the time. Who's the sheriff? Brackett. You might see a young Sheriff Brackett, and you might see the back of Dr. Loomis, and they're discussing, and then the POV is from Hawkins' point of view as he's walking down the ramp, holding Laurie's hand, and then you look across the street, the camera kind of pans, and you see that station wagon or something. I don't know. It could be, and then maybe Michael standing near it.
To your point, it will be very interesting to see if they show the Hawkins scene that they talked about in Halloween 2018, where I had the chance to kill him and I didn't take it, but if I get the chance, I'll do it now. It would be so cool to see that, but they got to play it right, because as we talked about before, I don't want to see. I think it's going to be kind of fucked up to see Michael Myers in handcuffs, or Michael Myers being taken down by a simple deputy or something like that. Don't fuck it up and do the Halloween 5 thing where he's in a cell and you can see it. In Halloween 5, they let him keep his fucking mask on in the cell, and he's just sitting there playing with his
in Halloween 5, when he's sitting there looking like that, he always looked like the dude from Howard the Duck's, like, she took my eggs. He was like,
and if you've ever been in jail, they won't even let you keep a collared shirt like that. They check your butt crack, they check everything. They're not gonna let you wear a mask into fucking jail. And the people behind these movies are smart enough. They understand that. We won't see anything like that, but I know there is some people that don't want to see Michael get apprehended that night. I think it'd be very interesting to see myself.
I think. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. They've rebooted everything else. Like, if Michael had, I could see it happening where Dr. Loomis and Sheriff Brackett are having a conversation and they're not really paying attention, and then Deputy Hawkins at that point is walking around, kind of scanning the yard, maybe kind of leading Laurie's stretcher, and then he looks across the street and he sees the station wagon, he sees Michael staring, and then he takes off on a foot chase or something, and then either Michael just gives up because he just doesn't, I don't know, or they have this whole like cat and mouse game a little bit, and then he finally catches him with Dr. Loomis, and then you have a couple of extra lines where Loomis might say Samhain. I don't know. I feel like it'll be interesting to see how they play that in. I mean, the fact that they even have the station wagon is a good indication that they're going to have, I feel, a scene at least in some capacity with Dr. Loomis. In some capacity, I think you're going to see Dr. Loomis, not maybe like the face of Dr. Loomis, but you'll see something of him and Sheriff Brackett. And Holly Roxy actually pointed out, was like, maybe you'll find out who gave him driving lessons. But I mean, they're definitely going to play on the Hawkins, the whole thing that happened with that Hawkins mentioned. So,
and I hope so, as long as they do the apprehension correctly. But yeah, that's going to be interesting to see. I think it's gonna rub people in weird ways, one or the other, because at the end of Halloween 1978, you look down on the grassy knoll, he's gone. They just pan around the house, you just hear breathing. And the whole idea, and it worked, was to give everybody, the audience, the sense of, oh my God, he could be anywhere. He could be in my neighborhood. He could be in my living room. And it really painted this perfect, which is why I think John Carpenter didn't want to do a sequel.
You know what?
Left it off on the perfect note. If they go back into that world, and like it, on one hand, it's going to be really fucking cool as a fan to be sitting there and going, oh my gosh, I'm back in 1978. I'm back at the end of the original Halloween, and I'm watching what happens after that scene. And on the other hand, you're going to go, ooh, I feel wrong about it. Like I shouldn't be here. Like it's naughty. It's going to feel weird.
But it feels good in this jungle.
I know. Naughty
dude,
jungle.
How about this? Okay, at the end, because, I mean, at the end of the original Halloween, you hear Michael breathing, and he's behind the door of his house, right, the screen door, and he's smelling the nice autumn air, and he's like, it smells good. And what if this, because they're rewriting history, they dismissed everything else, right? They dismissed Halloween 2, right? Yeah, they did. They dismissed the hospital stuff and all that stuff. So what if the car, the station wagon, is parked across the old Meyer Street? Like Michael had attempted to murder Lori, had failed. He drove back home. He parks the car across the street. He's in there breathing, trying to get himself, together, eating a Lunchable. Sheriff Hawkins pulls up behind in the backyard and is waiting, and he sees Michael come out. And that was when Halloween 2 would have taken off, where he would have gone through the different yards. And then Sheriff Hawkins pulls his gun out on Michael, and he's like, freeze. And then that's where you get
wait to see what the fuck they do, man.
I know. That's where you get the scene.
I'm so excited to see it, and we're gonna see it. This is not just like pretend. Oh, what if they did this? In this October, we're gonna see it, and we're gonna see it in a fucking movie theater too. I'm so jacked right now. I can't wait, Jay.
Sound Pater Studio says moaning. I don't think he was moaning. He was like, well, he kind of was. He's like, but he was eating a Lunchable. I think he was just eating a snack.
Yeah, he had a husband's throb going on there. I'm fucking pumped right now. Gary Catlow says, be careful on YouTube. I saw a scene where Michael is chasing a kid. I don't know who, but I think it's a flashback. I saw that too. It was in the behind the scenes. I think the line of thinking is that that's going to be Lonnie as a kid, and that'll play into it because Lonnie's going to be in the movie. We don't know that for sure or not, but I think that's the line of thinking. Mark Todd, thank you, says, how would you feel about them using footage from Halloween 2 of Loomis cut into the flashback scenes? Maybe footage we haven't seen before. That's interesting if you look back at Loomis running out in the lawn and he's like, you don't know what death is. What if they use some of that sort of thing? That could be interesting too. I think
it'd be fine. I think it'd be cool. I really think that they've committed fully to the fact that nothing exists after Halloween 1. Like,
then you're openly just stealing and being like,
yeah,
it's not they're not going to do that. The nuts.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tickle your gooch a little bit. I'm not gonna like fully on commit to a relationship with you, but I will tickle your gooch.
Exactly.
I feel like what they're gonna do, but that plays with it. What I was saying was like the fact that Michael took the car, ran to his house, parks the car across the street. Hawkins tracks him in some fashion, and then is waiting for Michael when he comes out the door. I think that's what they do. And then you have Loomis showing up when they're admitting Michael into the hospital, and you just see the back of Loomis maybe, and he says something. He was like, you need to kill it, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be really interesting and cool to see what they do with that. By the way, J.K. Ranson Review says, sorry to ask, but have you guys reacted to Die by My Knife? You see this? Look, it says, I synced it. I synced it.
I synced it.
Yeah, we always, because the Merkins, they're great, by the way, but literally, like every other video, it's, have you reacted to Die by My Knife?
People did stop doing it. There was a while where it was like,
it was just constant. But
yeah, hey, we just became presidents of the United States, co-men presidents, first presidents of the United States. Reacted Die by Knife.
Hey, did you guys hear that they cured cancer? No? Wow. Well, let me tell you the story. Hey, can you guys react to Die by My Knife by the Merkins?
One more piece of Halloween stuff I wanted to talk about. I just found this personally interesting on the internets today. They're on Reddit, posted by Doomsday Fan 1. I hope he means the comic book and not real Doomsday, because I would like the world to continue. I have kids. He says, after Halloween ends, let the series rest versus more movies. This is a poll that he put up. Would people rather the series continue really quick after Halloween ends, meaning another director took hold, we put out another Halloween movie real soon afterwards, or would you rather the series lay dormant for a while after Halloween ends and not get a Halloween movie for a while? I voted, personally, I want the series to rest. Oh, no, wait, excuse me. I voted, personally, I want them to make more movies as quickly as possible. But what I found quickly was the majority of this, almost 50 people, voted, I want the series to rest for good, maybe long period of time after Halloween.
Why don't you suck your mom's nipple if you think that's
shut
true?
up! You don't say that.
You don't say that. You don't say that! What's the pup's name? The pup is unnamed. You don't say that, okay? No, first off, that's bullshit.
Yeah, I disagree.
I think that
completely.
What you do is, you give it some grace. You give it some grace time. You don't immediately make another Halloween movie right after the end of Halloween ends, but you give it like a year to percolate a little bit, and you come back. And what you do is you come back fucking strong, and you hire Alan McElroy or Daniel Farrans to then continue the story that they should have fucking continued with Halloween 4 and Halloween 6.
Yes.
That's what you do there, sir. Because listen, you know what? I would completely be okay.
You gotta bang, bang, bang the drum.
Yeah, you got to get in there. You got to get in there and spread the cheeks and go to town. Even though you're not prepared and she might not be ready for your 4-inch cock, you got to get in there. But it's going to happen. I think that what you do is you take Halloween 8, you dismiss it. It's a joke movie. It doesn't count. It's like David Arquette winning the WCW title. It doesn't mean anything. Halloween 7 was a one-off. It's an alternate reality. I wouldn't even consider that canon at all. Like nothing. I would go literally from Daniel Ferron's script with Halloween 6, use that as a platform to jump off and continue the Thorn idea behind Michael and see where that goes.
Yeah,
I really would. I mean, at that point, I don't want to see Halloween 8, dude. I don't want to see a follow-up.
Look, we could do 10 videos about this, so I'll be brief. But I think the most logical thing is don't get me wrong. What I want is those things you just said. I want what you just said in my life. Okay, don't speak. I know just what you're thinking. I want that. All right, but
breakup.
But I don't need your reasons.
Yeah, all she was saying was like, I want to have a breakup. But she had to sing a whole fucking song about it for 3 minutes.
You could do a sequel to H4. You could do a sequel to H6. You could do a sequel to Resurrection. I do think you could do a sequel to Resurrection because it's very simple. That movie doesn't and here's why. Because you keep it in the timeline. Resurrection, honestly, the way it ends is as bad as that movie was. It's a perfect place to percolate a new story because Laurie's gone. She's dead. We don't have to touch that again. She dropped off the side of a fucking thing with a knife in her back.
And she kissed her own brother, you nasty. Michael
Myers' eyes open in a morgue. He's trapped in a morgue. He starts picking off people in a morgue. The SWAT teams come in. They try to gang him. They try to get him there, but he's killing people. It's a standalone movie, but it could lead into other things. You just put characters in, and if certain characters are liked, you leave them alive, and you can go on with the series. Or, like you said, I would love to see a follow-up to Halloween 6. Love to see a follow-up to Halloween 4. We don't have to get into the runes, but I think the obvious situation is definitely to, as quickly as possible, to turn Halloween Michael Myers into James Bond. Mm-hmm. We're not going back to the series. We're going to start fresh anew with a new director, a new vision, and turn him into James Bond. David Gordon Green came in. He did a trilogy. Let's get another director to come in, an Adam Wingard or whatever, to do their own trilogy. And then we keep Michael Myers alive, making brand new stories. You don't have to include Laurie Strode. They don't have to be remakes. You can do whatever you want with it. You can jump in the franchise at any point. But my answer to this question is absolutely don't fucking stop. If Halloween ends as popular as if it's popular and it's well received, keep making fucking movies. Don't stop. Addicted to the shindig.
Yeah, look, I mean, I want them to continue to go with Michael. I feel like stopping just because Halloween ends is going to be as badass that it will be, I'm sure. And the trilogy is going to put Michael back on the map as one of the iconic killers that he deserves to be. The best, actually, as a matter of fact. Let's not get it twisted here. He's number one. Anyway, I do want to see
#facts, bro.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah, I do want to see though. I do want to see a different take on it, and that the awesome interviews that we've had. A lot of the writers will say that the interpretation is always like that's the best part, like how someone interprets the character. So using that as a platform, I'd rather a different director take it on and see what we can do and go from there. You don't have to make a cheesy ass little Halloween movie like Halloween Resurrection. I generally and genuinely would like to see something continue on with Halloween 6. 7 and 8 are throwaway fucking movies. I mean, you could say, look, H2O is not a bad movie. I'm not saying that, except Josh Hartnett's hair. What the fuck, dude?
And look,
I've never heard of Water and Moose.
Picking up any of those storylines, to be honest with you.
But they are throwaway flicks, right? I mean, you really can look at Halloween 8. Like that shit was brought to you by Road Rules Real World's Challenge Seattle. It looks like that. The motherfucker looks like it was hosted by fucking Blair Herter, and then H2O is a good movie, but it literally is a one-off flick. It doesn't really, to me, count. The last true Halloween movie, as far as continuing the story, was The Curse of Michael Myers.
Yeah.
So that's where your bread and butter is. That's where your bones are. And I think that if you get a good director in there and you get a good screenwriter in there, you can take that and continue the story of Thorn. Who knows? Maybe you could even get Paul Rudd to come back.
Look, don't get me wrong. What you just said is exactly what I want. But the reason it would be hard to do is because it'd be so hard to explain to the generic audience that, no, this takes place after 6. It doesn't have to do with Laurie Strode then. Doesn't have to do with this.
Well, they're going to be confused either way, because after Halloween ends, they're going to be like, "What? They made another Michael Myers movie? He died."
Well,
like,
but like that's when you do the the James Bond thing. Like I said, a new vision, a new creator. You do all that. But don't get me wrong.
But that's the problem.
I want to see what you just said. I want to see that.
The only problem with that, I do agree with the James Bond thing. I feel like there should always be another Michael Myers. But if you every 12 years have to do another origin story of Michael Myers, because
that's what I'm saying. Don't pick it up from the origin. You can jump.
That's my point. That
maybe,
but if you do it either way, the point being is like it'd be a difficult task. But I feel like what you got to do. I would rather just continue the fucking story and fuck the vanilla fans. I think that most people would get it, because at that point, Halloween Ends would be the last final Michael Myers story of the Blumhouse studio. After that, let it go back to Akkad and get shit rolling from where they were going with Michael Myers. I don't know.
What they could do is they could bring out a movie and they call it Halloween Legends of Halloween. Fucking Halloween Halloween Never Ends. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. You just give it a generic title after Halloween, and then you show Michael Myers showing up to stalk whatever random person you pick. And they don't have to say, this is following up Resurrection. This is following up 6. This is following up 4.
Well, they can do a flashback sequence.
These are new victims. Michael Myers is a known entity. They could only reference the original films. They're not saying the other ones don't exist, but all we know is that this dude in a fucking white mask is chasing these goddamn babysitters.
Dude, I'll tell you what.
That kid is back. That kid is back on the escalator.
Well, I don't believe the food court is a part of the eatery. I feel like what you would do is I would call it Evil Eternal Michael Myers Lives. I really would. That would be my title. Michael Myers Evil Eternal or something like that. No, that's what I would do it. And then I would continue Michael Myers' story, and I would reference the other films, and I would do it in flashback sequences. I would take 10 minutes to show where it happened. And go from there, and that's it. And I feel like any director could get on board and really do that. The thing is, it's kind of a weird thing though, because if you look at a lot of the Jason movies, they just throw like Jason's still tied up in court.
Yes,
you don't want to have Jason movies constantly coming out. And cheapening the character, but at the same time,
come in, Jason fucking kills them. Let's go.
But at the same time, dude, every time a Friday the 13th movie is coming out, you're like, dude, I'm gonna go see that in theater.
Yep.
They would make money, and it would continue the story and legacy of Michael Myers. So I don't know. It's really hard to say. I mean, because look, this treatment that Blumhouse has done, this trilogy, this Nolan-esque type of trilogy they've done with this, is gonna be awesome. But they're not going to be able to do this every time. And if you really look at the end of the day, well, I think, and Mike thinks, that Michael Myers is the best slasher, period. It really just is, in our opinion. At some point, you're going to have cheap ass slasher flicks. They're just going to have to. They're just going to have to be out every October.
And dude, you know what? I don't mind. We just came up with 10 goddamn ways to continue the franchise. I don't care how they do it, as long as they do it. As long as they do it, I think you said it perfectly. You got to pick up from somewhere and just let the fucking train roll. You know what I mean? So they could.
It's still going to make money.
Yeah, they could do the James Bond thing where we bring in different directors and they have a whole vision, whether it's 1 movie or 3 or 5. Or you could just pick it back up after Resurrection or wherever and then just keep the train a-rolling. But bottom line, don't fucking let the Halloween franchise lay dormant for 10 goddamn years. It's not necessary. Okay?
I feel like Michael Myers is Batman. You're not going to let that property just die away.
Exactly.
And by the way, the Akkads have already said Michael can't die. You're not going to kill him off. It's not going to be a permanent death either way. And that's great. I love that. But, I got to be honest, man. And I this might come off as blasphemous to some of you guys, but even the really bad Halloween movies, Halloween 5, for example, at least you were getting them consistently. You know what I mean?
Agree.
You were getting them consistently. So
agree.
I would rather go back to those time periods a little bit.
Didn't wait 10 years between movies.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to wait. 2 decades, and I'm celebrating my 70th fucking birthday. My teeth are falling out. Be like, oh, they got a new Halloween coming out.
Damn straight, dude. Yeah, I completely agree. Gary Catlow says instead of calling the 2018 movie Halloween, they should have done this to Halloween. Halloween returns, Halloween kills, Halloween ends. I agree with that.
That's pretty good.
I agree with that. And the Halloween Returns script was really badass too, Gary. Okay, last little bit of news stories tonight, and then we will let you guys go enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evenings, is Ryan Reynolds has addressed the call for him to play Johnny Cage in the next Mortal Kombat movie.
I saw that.
But he also tied it into a mint ad because he's dude, he is a genius marketer. He said, what do I do with casting rumors and wireless competitors upset that U.S. News just called Mint Mobile, his cellular company, 2021's best cell phone plan? Finish him. And then you've got, how good does that look, dude?
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is Johnny Cage and the Mint wins. Dude, he looks fucking perfect.
I think he's great, and I don't have a problem with Ryan Reynolds being cast as Johnny Cage, but I think The Miz is pretty much Johnny Cage in real life.
Yeah, dude. The guy's a fucking shitty wrestler, though. I mean, like,
here's the thing about The Miz, and look, here's the thing about The Miz. He does look a lot more similar to Johnny Cage, and his attitude is literally, he doesn't even have to really act. He could just be himself as he is in the WWE. Ryan Reynolds is a great actor, but he's also played Deadpool. He's played those, he's played that smart ass kind of character before. I feel like The Miz could actually step into the role and literally not have to fucking act and just be himself.
Let me ask you straight up right now.
Here's the thing. Ed Boon has already come out and said The Miz, 100%.
Who's Ed Boon?
Ed Boon, the creator of Mortal Kombat.
Does he have anything to do with the movies and casting?
No, but he made Mortal Kombat. He made the games that it's based on. So Ed Boon's already said The Miz.
But he also okayed Mortal Kombat Annihilation in that case. What I'm saying is, dude,
really?
The Miz, like, coming on as a wrestler, like, is it? I mean, answer me. If you had, like, okay.
I feel like Ryan Reynolds is cast in every kind of, like, comedic action role that's
possible. It's your first day at Warner Brothers. All right? Yeah. Your first day at Warner Brothers. First decision. They come up to you. Cast Johnny Cage. We got 2 options. The Miz, the fucking annoying wrestler who nobody actually likes. That's why he's a heel, because he's annoying and nobody likes him. Or Ryan fucking Reynolds. You're honestly you're gonna put your job. You would say The Miz?
Yeah, and I think it would work. I tell you why. I would also say Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, 100%. And people,
he's a good actor. He can't just
hold
be
on.
One role the rest
he's
of his
Deadpool.
Life.
But I know, but he's been Deadpool. He's Green Lantern. Every time a comedic action star comes up, you're going to try to cast Ryan Reynolds. I think the idea that The Miz, which, by the way, I know he comes from Road Rules and Real World and that whole fucking, I don't like The Miz as a person. I think the actual guy is a douchebag. I know that because I watched that fucking reality show. I remember when he was on Real World and he wanted to be the wrestler. But anyway, the point being is, like, he does look like the fucking guy. He does have a body and he can actually be athletic in a way that Ryan Reynolds probably can't be athletic.
I can go to my local YMCA and find you 10 dudes that match that exact same description.
But dude, the fact is he's literally played he has played the cocky, arrogant guy that Johnny Cage is, that you fucking hate, on screen in the WWE. That's why people are literally maintaining a campaign for him to be Johnny Cage.
That'd be like saying then Undertaker should be Michael Myers, though. I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't know how that works. But
just because he wears a fucking,
Ryan Reynolds Ryan Reynolds can't, like, it's the same Tom Hardy argument. I'm not gonna cast Ryan. I mean, Ryan Reynolds would be great in any role you cast him in. I don't give a fuck if he was playing Queen Butchera of the fucking Galaxy of Dune. But my point being is, like, I think that overall, I think that Ryan Reynolds, I don't think Ryan Reynolds is really even interested. I think he's using a good
I'm sure he is, but I'm just saying, like, for fun, Yeah,
for fun. Yeah, I feel like Ryan Reynolds would be a good Johnny Cage. I'm not saying that he wouldn't rock the fuck out of it. I think he'd be great. But I feel like, and again, I don't watch the few snippets I've seen of the WWE with The Miz. I think he's a douchebag. I thought he was a douchebag before he even joined wrestling.
Does he even know karate?
Johnny Cage is a douchebag. It's not just the body. He's also, dude, he literally looks like Johnny Cage.
Right.
Like, literally.
But does he even, like, he doesn't even know karate, right? That's not like his wrestling stick.
No, but I mean, as far as, like, athleticism goes, he's more athletic than Ryan Reynolds. He literally, his job is to be athletic. That's his job. It's not, I'm going to be an actor and do my job. But and because Ryan Reynolds has great washboard abs, doesn't mean he's as athletic as the Miz is.
He might not be as athletic as a wrestler, but what actor is? I mean, Raiden, the guy that plays Raiden, doesn't actually shoot lightning out of his fucking fingertips. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, obviously, but the fact is, but also, if you were speaking of that, like 1995, they didn't even have the correct like backgrounds for a lot of those characters. Like Christopher Lambert's a great actor. Even the guy that played Raiden said he was a great actor, but he's not white. He's Asian.
Right. No,
so
I
the point being. But I feel like the Miz. I don't know. Dude, here's the thing. I love Ryan Reynolds, dude. Ryan Reynolds is an awesome, and I think that Ryan Reynolds is extremely underrated as far as a dramatic actor. I do, because I mean, one of the better movies that he's in is Buried, and a lot of people don't even know that. Or is it Buried? I don't know. Where he's like in the coffin and shit. Yeah, amazing movie. Yeah, it's an amazing movie.
Like, imagine the comedic level of that though. Like, okay, so like he's not just there to just be like, hey, I'm a dickbag. Like Johnny Cage, if Johnny Cage works, he also has a likable side. You end up rooting for him a little bit. And B, he's comedic. He has funny lines. I mean, there's no way in my mind that I would be like, oh, the Miz from wrestling and his jokes would be as entertaining to watch as Ryan Reynolds tearing through the exact
Ryan
same
Reynolds,
script.
but when he did his comedic thing and be like, oh, I'm watching Wade Wilson do the same shit he did in Deadpool.
Dude, that doesn't make any sense to me because I've watched Ryan Reynolds do 20 different comedic roles and I don't ever think Deadpool.
But I mean, my point being,
that's
though,
like
is
saying
his
Harrison
popularity,
Ford can never be an action hero again because he was
his
Indiana
popularity
Jones
skyrocketed after Deadpool, though. He was already popular, but when he did Deadpool, when he finally campaigned and got that movie made, Deadpool 1 and 2, when he does any kind of comedic role, especially in this one where it's another video game adaptation, or it's going to be a video game adaptation and he's playing a fictional character where he has to be like cocky and arrogant, it's literally Deadpool without the fucking like scarred face.
I just think that that's acting. So what you're saying is if you watch Ryan Reynolds be Johnny Cage, you wouldn't be able to be like, that's Deadpool. But you could watch The Miz be Johnny Cage and you wouldn't be like, that's The Miz?
Look, I know you're trying to convince me of Ryan Reynolds, but
no,
I'm saying
I'm confused as to why.
My point being, I think that Ryan Reynolds is a good actor and I think he's solid enough to play the part. Obviously, I just feel like The Miz is already a built-in Johnny Cage. He's literally the same fucking character that's they put on the screen in the video games and in the movies. He's literally the same character.
He's never even acted in a movie before.
He doesn't have to. He could literally be himself from the WWE
so then,
and fucking be the same guy.
Any fucking Jersey Shore guy? I mean,
no, dude, The Miz is not The Miz. I'm not talking about casting, hey, Ron or the fucking or Mike the Situation. I'm talking about a guy that's literally acted. He's an actor in the WWE. He's also an athletic guy. He's playing the same character, an arrogant asshole that has also got a good streak in him, I suppose. And that's what you're going to go for. Yes. Could Ryan Reynolds do the part as an actual trained actor? Absolutely. I just feel like at the end of the day, if you already have a built-in audience with The Miz, you win. I'm not saying that Ryan Reynolds couldn't do it, but it's so easy. It's such an obvious, like,
who has a more built-in audience, Ryan Reynolds or The Miz?
My point being is like, you talk about Tom Hardy is always cast in something like this. Tom Hardy, Ryan Reynolds. It's the same thing. I think that Ryan Reynolds is taking this as literally a joke. He doesn't want to be Johnny Cage. I think that he's also thinking.
It's saying, who would you rather pick? I'm not saying that.
I would say that The Miz is the guy. I say The Miz. I would, and I don't even like The Miz. I like Ryan Reynolds obviously better as an actor. I think he's more polished and he's a better like human being. Yeah. I think I froze. Or my camera died. My camera died. No.
You're black. You've gotten black.
It's like you're black. From Lethal Weapon.
Mine's literally. By the way, mine is actually.
Yeah. So I'm saying, I would take The Miz over Ryan Reynolds, but it would just be by a pubic hair, and it's only because I just want to see somebody else portray that role because everybody wants. It would be so easy to do the Ryan Reynolds thing. The Miz, I'd like to see what he had. I'd just like to see it.
We disagree, and that's okay because we're still gonna have sex later. But
yeah, I know we will.
Mornay Colette, let me get to the super chats real quick and we'll go because we're both black. We're both gone. We're gone.
Well, we argued so much we killed our camera.
Hang on one sec. Let me fix this part. I want to pop a battery real quick. But we're on the outs anyways, fellas and ladies and in betweens. Cream betweens.
Hey, look, it both says EOS webcam utility. What the fuck?
This show is head to toe legit. Okay. But no, Mornay Colette says, I just want to give a special thanks to Jay for getting ice stuck in my head. It plays in my head on loop everything I do, and especially during the Mortal Kombat movie, and cast Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. Again, I would take that.
That'd be interesting. I don't know, because Carl Urban's such a badass, though. Like, I don't know if he could pull it off.
we can meet in the middle on that one for sure. I don't think I could ever see myself getting mad at Carl Urban getting cast in anything.
I want Carl Urban to be Batman, or Wolverine.
Yeah, that would be fucking dope as shit. I would like that too. But guys, we love you. Thank you all for hanging out with us so much before this backup fucking battery dies on us too. That was a fun night. We got some Halloween Kills news. We got to bitch at Warner Brothers some more. We got to review a cool movie coming out Thursday. We got to talk about this coffee, which again you can get in the top pinned comment on the Loomis and Myers video. And we'll be back Friday, so make sure you clear your fucking schedules.
I showed that to Big Dad.
Horse.
He was like, "That's goddamn Guatemalan. So it's probably got drugs." I was like, "No, Dad.
They're cocaine in that, son."
I was like, "They're a nice couple from Arkansas that like makes this happen." He was like, "No, they could have got it from Guatemala. It's probably got coke." I like Dad. I was like,
"That's the least surprising I've ever heard
I was
in my
like,
life."
"Dad, I was like, you get like you have Folgers or whatever. It's Columbia or whatever." Like, I was like, "What do you mean?"
Cody says it'd be hard to hire Miz because they have to pay WWE to be in the movie because WWE owns Miz, and Miz has been in movies as marine movies besides the first one. Same time though, I think that wrestlers have been in movies.
You know what? It's weird with the WWE. The only thing I will say about that, and again, I don't watch it religiously or anything like that. I really have not watched wrestling since the WCW days of the late '90s, but. Like I saw something that somebody said that Vince McMahon was looking to get the fuck out of it. Like I always feel like I feel like Vince McMahon is almost done, and he wouldn't care. He just doesn't care anymore. Like the product's kind of shit. Like according to a lot of like hardcore wrestling fans, that last WrestleMania wasn't even that good.
Yeah, like I mean. I don't think he cares anymore either. That's why he wanted to do the XFL thing. You know what I mean? That's why he wanted to do that.
Which, by the way,
too.
the XFL was I liked that. I kind of dug that, dude, because you have a competition against the NFL. I think that just breeds better like performances.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, you guys have a fucking awesome Wednesday night. I'm gonna go tinkle and toilet.
Yeah, I gotta take a dump
That's what I want to do.
Or I gotta tinkle out of my ass.
Love your fucking face.